Go. Hey, good morning. It's 10 o'clock. Actually, it's 10:10 on the East Coast. I'm Dave Goldman. You're not. This is Boogie with the Bull, True Patriot Talk. This morning with me is my partner in crime and the man responsible for all of this, the Patriot Cowboy, Randy Griesenbeck. Also with us is Robert McCarthy, who is the founding member of Code of Vets, USMC veteran, a duck, and an all-around great guy who all of a sudden decided that he needed to be disgraced by being on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast. He's with us this morning, Robert McCarthy, Bob McCarthy, as you see him on Facebook and other social media networks and broadcasting networks that everybody is around. So, Randy, give us an opening statement, and Robert, you'll kick in as you feel so inclined. We're live on Facebook. Live chat is on my profile, the Boogie with the Bull page, the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk public group, the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and you can watch us over at Boogie WT Bull on Twitter this morning. And yes, Rumble is coming. And Randy, you got to tell everybody that Rumble is coming.
Rumble is coming.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, let's get to today's testimony.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody going? This is of course, you know who I am. I'm Randall Griesbeck. Some of it just call me Old Man Reaper or worse words that I won't repeat on live shows. So anyway, I am actually in Night Owl Sound Studios where we'll be working on a lot of new music that's going to be coming out. Today is a political show. We got some things that we need to talk about. And at the end of the show, I'm going to go ahead and tell you how to get your tickets to the benefit for the victims of East Palestine train derailment. It's a tough situation, and I hate to mix the two, but really and truly, it's pretty much why it's all happening anyway. So I'm glad to be here today. Today, we're going to talk about what you think. Assume that's what we're doing, Dave. How do you think? What's the deal with the arrest on President Trump? Okay, everything they tried to arrest him for, tried to impeach him for, big major deals, and
Did it happen last night? I apologize to America, but I had such a bad headache last night.
No,
I was in bed at 9 o'clock and didn't wake up until 7:30 this morning.
So my question is, after all these other things, they're literally really going to try to arrest him for a so-called, giving hush money. I find this to be a little sketchy. But anyway, y'all go ahead and take over. I'm just, what are your opinions on it?
Well, I can fill you in that Cohen's one of his attorneys, and it's well known. He was a minion as a young man and worked under Rudy Giuliani, like he said, when Rudy had a full head of hair and a mustache in the early 70s. And Costello went in and said him and his partner were Cohen's lawyers. And he had all these emails going back and forth. When Cohen first got involved, Cohen actually got a second mortgage on his home, and paid Stormy $100,000. And then he billed Trump. And he claimed between the emails that he did it to save President Trump's, because he said, I'm Trump's personal attorney. He did it to save the marriage. But what happened now is he's saying he did it to save his presidency. Well, he wasn't president when the stuff went down. So he's changing his narrative. So the whole thing's bunk because the New York DA is trying to say, it's political. It's the campaign. There's nothing to do with the campaign. So it's really just basically going to fall apart. They were trying to hype it up and get the MAGA people to go cuckoo.
There you
go. Just like January 6th, get a bunch of MAGA people there. Then you'll have the Antifa people wearing MAGA stuff, which is widely available anywhere, and make it look like we're going crazy again.
Exactly, and that's my point. So if anything in this particularness was to take place, here's the way I researched it. If you'll notice that these train derailments, every one of them happens to take place near an aqueduct. okay, which affects the water. Ohio is the second largest farmland in the United States.
Hmm.
Okay. So now, mind you, I'm not the brightest guy in the world, but I'm pretty sure if I work for the EPA and I'm a scientist, I know how to read a material data sheet. We know how one chemical reacts when you put another chemical in it. So this wasn't something that was an accident. Okay. They burn off this gas. It creates a poison. I forgot what's called. It's like Fox X or something like that. But it was the largest. It was the most dangerous weapon used during World War One, and that's what happens when you burn these type of chemicals. Well, most people don't catch the intent in what's really happening in East Palestine because they're not reporting it. You know, you got kids with sores in their mouth, rashes all over the body, the water, just taking baths affect the body, the skin, and can create neurological issues. And this is a long term effect because it's going to affect the soil as well. So, if anybody understands eminent domain, okay, anytime the government wants to seize property, anytime for government use, they can, but they have to give fair market value. Well, I know if it's $1 million piece of property, that just been the ground's affected, the water's affected. So about 60% of that drops. It affects the property sale. So they get it for pennies on the dollar. So now FEMA is going to have any of y'all ever dealt with disaster relief or had to deal with FEMA? They ain't doing nothing in a hurry. Okay. So this is why you see them turning around these groups and telling them, you can't come in. They're blocking people from trying to, bring other stuff over and so on and so forth, which now has declined a little bit. But it's a long-term process to actually get rehousing, so on and so forth with FEMA. So what happens? They can come take the property. Bill Gates is the largest farm owner in the United States and most of the region. So what is Bill Gates? I mean, same elitist, same issue. So they get in a position where they actually have got the majority of water and food. Water and food. And with that kind of power, they can manipulate where people stay, what they buy. They can inflate the price. It's all to me personally, and I'm just going to be blunt on the show. This is an attack on the American people's freedom.
Yeah, they want to destroy the farms. They want to destroy our ability to feed ourselves. And like I said, they can actually just go in and fence it off and say, "Oh, this is all, it's all tainted now. It's biological. You can't live here." And they'll pay you. Well, it's worthless because now
Right.
it's got all these chemicals in it. So fair market value is out the window. We'll pay you 20 cents on the dollar.
And this hadn't happened in just one place. This has happened in three
All
places
over.
okay. And Bill Gates already owns this larger majority of the Eastern Seaboards in that area from this side of the United States. So who is Bill Gates? I mean, they're all in cahoots,
Well, do you know about the real story? Do you really know about Gates? His mother worked for IBM and stole their new technology that he worked on in his garage to create Microsoft. He didn't create it. She stole all the technology to create Microsoft off IBM.
Right.
And he's a Rockefeller. She's a Rockefeller.
Right.
They stole all this.
Yep.
And it's all part of the plan. Depopulate, take over, they become wealthy.
So
That's all they want is wealth, the wealth and poor. I've been saying this for 3 years, 4 years. That's how me and Susan Price hit it off. I said they want wealthy and they want serfs. That's it.
And
they don't want any in between.
Let me make this statement. Make it a public service announcement. Okay. Why I'm sitting here, we've got a bad label as patriots. Okay. It's an overused word that people want to see what happened January the 6th, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Here's a fact of the matter. I don't care if you're wearing a BLM shirt, Antifa shirt, or bottom line is this country is going to be inherited by our children. Okay. We're out there fighting for you, just like, we would hope that you would help our children. We ain't your enemies. I don't
Yeah.
care. It's not about sitting on the left. It's not about sitting on the right.
That's right.
It's about doing the right thing.
Do I want their children to have clean water,
Absolutely.
good food, good health care? Of course we do. We don't. Yeah, I mean, the true MAGA people. We are peaceful patriots. We choose to be peaceful. We're God loving. We have the armor of God on. We don't burn buildings. We don't do all this baloney. And there again, I've got plenty of lead. I tell people, they say buy gold, silver. Oh, I'm investing in lead because eventually I might be able to acquire a lot of gold and silver with my lead when the shit hits the fan.
That's a good idea. I never thought about
you know what I mean? But I'm not a fool. I'm a trained Marine. I grew up in Mass, where my dad was a Battle of Bulge. He was in North Africa, Sicily, invasion, Normandy, liberation of Paris, Battle of Bulge. He didn't allow guns. I'm the baby of 8. I had 5 brothers and 2 sisters. We didn't have weapons. He wasn't a hunter. He hated weapons. He saw what weapons did. He went in at 17 years old, had left high school as the oldest of 13. And, now, of course, I go in the Marines. Most of my brothers, they don't own weapons. But I do, and I moved to New Hampshire to get out of Massachusetts because you can't. My son was still in Mass, was a cop. His wife couldn't even get a personal weapon. He couldn't get a personal weapon. He could only have his service revolver as a police officer without jumping through hoops. So I told him. He finally moved to New Hampshire 18 months ago. So you come up here, you can own it. You can legally conceal or open carry. That's the one good thing Sununu did, actually. Other than that, Governor Sununu's a rat.
Well, you brought up a good, valuable point about what we're talking about. This ain't a conspiracy, Americans. Okay? No. When people look at the coronavirus, you have 1,500,000 adverse effects. Oh, that's by an accident. No, it's not. And we try to tell you. Okay, then you got the deal in Palestine, and I believe there was another one in New York, and
was it Georgia and Texas too?
Several incidents taking place, and then all our weird weather, so on and so to speak. And they're not spraying the clouds with chemicals. Yes, they are. Okay. Bottom line is when are we going to wake up and realize that it don't matter the color of your skin? It don't matter what religion you're worshiping. This is about life and death, and they're calling it sustainable development, the Green Deal. Now, I want you to pay attention to the first thing Biden did. What did he do? He killed the Keystone Pipeline. They're going to change the currency. It's a spyware affectionately known as Biden bucks. It literally tracks what you buy, when you buy it, and they can control it.
They can shut you off. You've spent your limit. Then what are you going to do?
And you go to buy a gas vehicle? No, you won't. The reason is they control the markets. Okay. Yep. So how do we stop this? Well, we got to stop letting the news separate us by ideologies and realize it's not about right, left, Democrat, Republican. It's about liberty and freedom for our tomorrow's children. It's about an all full-scale war on American people and a power snatch by elitists. We will never be a democracy. We never were a democracy. We are a constitutional republic. The reason you hear the word democracy is to brainwash you. Democracy means 51% rules. America can't. We can't survive like that. We are a government designed by the people and for the people to govern the government. That's why we have a constitution, to suppress them down by law, to keep them from doing what they're doing right now. So this is and they're using Trump. They're using Trump and what took place in January the 6th to try to get something stirred up, which you said it right. They're going to do the same scenario, have alternate ideologies and paid minions to come out and create issues so they can say,
okay, gentlemen, let me jump in for just a moment. Joining us is William Rayfield. Everyone knows Ray from the Patriots Lab and the Patriots Lab Uncensored broadcast one of my favorite Boogie with the Bull, any kind mentors, as I call him a lot, and advisors to my broadcast. And Ray, it's a pleasure to have you with us this morning, and jump into the discussion anytime you see fit.
All right. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, William. Good morning.
No, I'm just listening to you gentlemen's conversation this
Well,
morning.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in here when you get through, Will, and then that way people know why I'm on here. Because
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
Well,
listening.
all right. One of the things is all these idiots that they are, as the Alinsky rules go, useful idiots. These Antifa and the BLM, they all believe that they're going to have a place in the system. They're just paid agitators. Once they're done with them, that's what they want. They want the elite. They want the poor, who are either going to be working in the field or you're going to be used in their, the sacrifices. The rest of us in the middle, they don't want that. They don't want us to be intelligent, and they don't want us to have free will. Bottom line, they want to control everything. And where's it going to end up? Since America's been around, we became a shiny place on the hill. America's the last bastion. And we took over manufacturing. We showed that you could do this, you could do everything. We've come so far, but they all want to take us out because we're a problem for the rich families, the elites, the 13 families. All right, let me ask you a question. In all of history that you know, what country never chose a side in any war? Always been neutral.
Portugal.
Until Switzerland. Switzerland. And Switzerland came out and said, we support Ukraine. That's where all the bankers are. The 13 families, the money. That's why they've always been neutral.
Oh, well, that's nothing but a laundered money.
They make money off both sides. They destroy a country, they rebuild. They profit off both ends of war. Endless wars.
But a lot of people's going to ask, because y'all haven't seen me do videos in a while, why am I mixing the two things that I'm doing? I'm going to explain why. What we are doing in this concert in East Palestine, we've reached out to real people. People who are not on stage talking about MAGA or Joe Biden. But the reason being is because this is where we are, America. Okay, patriot means someone who loves his country, is willing to fight for it, believes in it, And everybody that lives here, we either have a child, we know a child, or we're kin to one. Okay? And government ain't out to do anything but benefit themselves now. So it's up to us to get together at this concert, for example, to help these people of East Palestine. Because what being reported is not true. It's not true. It's bad over there. And it's not going to stop there. This is an attack on your children. So supporting people like Sue Mama, other 501s there in East Palestine and other places, it's important that we become a family, a multicolored indifference family, Americans, and we help each other because, see, together, that's what Ronald Reagan said, the greatest weapon that we ever had was the ability to come together when it got hard, when times got down, when it got bleak, we come together. And because we can do it where the government can't. Because at the end of the day, we are the guys that make big corporations run. We are the guys that control what happens to our families, our neighbors. It's a very simple fact. And that's what, if we do this, if we come together as one people to help each other, they can't stop us. There ain't no plan they got can beat us. But anyway, I yield.
Well, you gotta love. I work for a big office supplier. I'm blessed to be busy because we sell a lot to the state of New Hampshire. But I'll tell you, you gotta love it. I mean, they had the pandemic, And these people are all touting the new Green Deal. And just today, I got 2 pallets with 10 big new barrels. So what these school districts are doing as well, they're buying food trays. They're compostable, plastic silverware. They can't get people to work in the school cafeterias up here because of this. Everyone's afraid to work, or they're getting paid to stay home. So what's it doing for the landfills? These green people, save the earth. Everything's going to the landfill. I got 2 pallets of barrels for a school. They don't even wash the barrels at the schools. They're throwing them out and buying brand new ones constantly. I mean, I've been in this for 12 and a half years in my company. I've never seen so many barrels go out the door. I mean, are we that stupid as a people? We have all these sanitizers. You can't get people to wash a barrel? It's incredible the waste that's going on because of their pandemic as well. The hypocrisy. And, thank God, I'm luckily working, making good money because we've been crazy busy. A lot of the other businesses are closed. The ones that are still afloat have come to us. We have a lot of new customers, but I get to see the hypocrisy of it. It's just amazing. I tell it to people, what do you mean? Yeah, ask your kids. If you have kids at school, ask them, do they have the old school food trays, silverware, plates? No, it's all throw it away, disposable. You don't hear that. So,
well, yeah. It's on the liberal side, you're being played. On the right side, on the left side, both sides are being played. They're using Trump as the target. So patriots are going to get mad. Okay. So then the liberals are going to be like, oh, we need to be safe because it's going to be another January 6th thing, which was BS, total BS, a setup from the jump. So, but nobody sees the actual criminal in this. The criminal is the same people who are corporation and government, overreaching government. Corporation got lobbies. No, here, it's going to kill 50,000 people. But hey, look how much we can make. So if you'll vote for this, and it's
well, look at California. Gavin Newsom yesterday. He's proposing to use like HUD funds or whatever funds to help the homeless in California. You created the junkies. You give out the needles, the crack pipes. Now you want to misappropriate federal funds? I mean, these people are just sick. Really are.
Now, the sick people is the people who don't have enough initiative to sit down and say, it's obvious. I mean, when you got 1,500,000 people falling out, and you got, it's just, it doesn't take a genius to realize that American people, middle class, lower class, are expendable to.
Well, look at all the professional athletes that they don't really highlight a lot of them. Rugby players, soccer players. These guys are athletes, 25, 30 years old, dropping dead. You didn't have that 20 years ago.
No.
All of a sudden, you get all this baloney going on. Oh, well, he had this condition. Yeah, but it's because of you got all these jerks taking all these prescription pills and this junk. It's the food chain as well.
That's what is. Biggest
I tell people, look at the girls with the big tits. That's all. I'm sorry, but that's because of the stuff that they put into the cows. They're shooting the cows up to produce more milk. They're shooting chickens and crossbreeding chickens to have bigger breast meat. And it's like, well, they have all these additives. If you have an actual grass-fed cow, it's delicious.
Yeah.
And you get this other stuff that, it's My garden, I hadn't had a garden in 10 years. Last year I had a big garden. This year I'm going to have twice the size here in Manchester, New Hampshire, because I'm growing my own food as much as I can. Go to the local butchers. I'll pay more, but you know what? They're grass fed and they're healthy. I'll be healthy. I'm not taking their crap. All right, you remember?
Ivermectin and vitamin D. Do that, guys. You're gonna be okay. The food's full of parasites. They're poison air.
The FDA went in and closed down the baby formula factories because they found germs in the break room where people are getting dressed. Yeah. All right. Then shortly thereafter, you have Soros, Rockefellers, Gates. They want to have their own engineered formula for babies, which is all genetic.
Sure
It's going to have mRNA in it and all this crap. This is their plan. They wanted to destroy the people that are producing baby formula and have their own bioengineered stuff because it's safe and easy to produce. Give me that bullshit. Some people are so stupid, but a lot of people are waking up. They finally are waking up. But the problem is we need them to not just wake up, get involved. It's like the mama bears, right?
Well, Will, you're over there in East Palestine, aren't you?
No, I haven't gotten up there yet. I am in Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah. I plan on making it up there as soon as I can afford to get my car out the shop. Never put your car in the shop if you don't have the money to get it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there again, my good friend John Stubbins is he was an actor. He does podcasts. He's in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, the people are just beside themselves of what's been going on. And if you saw on the news too, the head of Norfolk, whatever the railroad is. Oh, it's
Norfolk Southern.
Yeah, we've traced it to faulty wheels. Right. If you watch some of the videos they've showed, it looks like these trains flipped over on their own, like they were rigged. And one of them, actually the one in Palestine, wasn't it on fire for like 25, 30 miles?
Yeah.
It's
hilarious.
Nobody spotted this?
Right.
But doesn't the sheriff of East Palestine bear some responsibility? Because after it derailed and the cars were sitting there, wasn't it his call to basically explode the tankers, thinking that the chemicals would become a fireball that would burn themselves out and it would all go away?
The fastest way to get rid of it. Yet I can't think of the chemical that they created in the air was far worse, like you mentioned earlier.
Right. That seems to be my understanding, is that they didn't have any understanding that not only would it contaminate the air for God knows how long, but it was not likely to just burn itself out.
We had snow here. You could see rainbow, like when your car leaks oil on a wet driveway. You could see the residue in the snow here in New Hampshire.
Oh.
Hey, can I put in some type of analogy?
Sure.
Real quick.
Go ahead. Go for it, brother.
Yes, please.
Do you know as men, I'm sure we can all relate to this. Do you know when you're driving around and your check engine light is on in your car and you really don't pay it no mind because you think it's a sensor, and other things go wrong in your car, you get a flat tire, you get it fixed, but your check engine light still coming off and on, you never get it fixed. You get a broken windshield, you get it fixed, your check engine lights still coming off and on, but you don't pay nothing to it. You're getting the minor things on your car fixed as they break, but your engine is slowly deteriorating. And what we forget is without the engine,
Don't
none of that other stuff on your car
It's gonna
really
work.
matters.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here quiet with a deep hole in my stomach because I hear everything you gentlemen are talking about. And they're all valid. But we as a lot of Americans are being distracted or allowing ourselves to be distracted by the parts that really don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, our country is being invaded by non-American citizens. We are on the brink of war.
Yep.
We have our two highly in history adversaries now sitting at the table together. And we're being distracted with food shortages. We're being distracted with train derailments. We're being distracted with Trumpisms. When we need to really be focused on the engine, which is this government not only trying to prevent a former president from preventing what they are trying to do to happen. We need to learn to save all of that other stuff for another day. Right now, if we don't save this country, we ain't gonna have to worry about a food shortage.
No.
If we don't save this country, we're not gonna have to worry about an energy crisis. We're not gonna have to worry about any of that because the government will handle that themselves. They'll be able to do whatever
That's
they want to do.
what's happening. You're right.
Everything will be running because the government will run it.
Communism.
But what will be gone is our freedom. Oh, we're gonna have all the electricity we need. We're gonna have everything. We're gonna have food. We're gonna have everything except our freedom.
Exactly.
We'll have an abundance of food that we'll be told when we can go get it. We'll have an abundance of energy and we'll be told when we can use it.
Well, we've been tricked because Russia, honestly, in the Revolutionary War, the Russians helped us. The Tsar helped us. World War II, we helped them. China, we saved their ass from the Japanese multiple times. The Boxer Rebellion, the Marines were there. It's all a deep state ploy. I don't know if you ever listened to the Canadian Patriot, Matt Arrett. He has a great slant on history. The Russians, yes, they lost millions of people from Hitler as well. Were they angry? We didn't lose the millions. Their land was destroyed by Germany. So they did come in with a vengeance. But in all honesty, the Nazis won the war, and the Nazis came here. George Bush's grandfather, George Herbert Walker, and Little George Prescott Bush was a Nazi money man in the mid-20s. When Hitler came to power, Prescott Bush was a Nazi money man, along with the Rockefellers and the Schwabs and the rest of them. The Nazis did not lose the war. And the English, the English, from my understanding as well, the English propped Hitler up. And then he said, I own like 2/3 of Europe. Screw you. I'm taking total control. and he snubbed him. And that's why. And he started bombing Britain, the hell out of them. I'm gonna take the. I mean, the sun never sets on Britain, right? The sun never sets on their empire. He snubbed them, and the Nazis came here. They never left. Look at Ukraine. The Azov Battalion has always been headquartered in that little portion just east of Kiev. Ukraine, part of it was Poland at one time. Part of it was Austria, Hungary. It's a very volatile area over there.
And
The Donbass.
Okay, Bob, hang on for a second. Randy, you had something you wanted to say. Hold on a second, Ray.
You're getting real close. Yeah, the exact point. And it all took place in 1871 when literally, or what a lot of people call the secret second Constitution went into play, where we incorporated America, get back our sovereignty, hidden back to Britain, and allowed insurgents to do American policy. We are literally becoming the Fourth Reich.
The Crown owns us. Yeah, the Crown owns us anyways. That's what the Federal Reserve is. The Crown, the Vatican, the Swiss bankers.
And it all has to do with Germany.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people wake up in the morning and feel like they're sitting on a ticking time bomb. I know I do. No, really.
I mean, praise the Lord every day I wake up and my house is still standing.
Like I said to Randy this morning.
Well, you know
I went
what?
to bed
I'm glad.
with such a bad headache last night that when I woke up at 7:30 this morning, the first question I asked Randy was, "Had Trump been arrested last night?"
You know what my wife told me the other day. She goes, "Why do you're really letting this get to you?" She goes, "You seem angry every day." You know why? I don't know if it's because I'm a 14-year veteran or if because I know we haven't learned from history, but I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep at night because I feel that we are on the cusp of, because we're being steered in the direction that is not good. It's really not good, and
it's ideological subversion.
Well, I've posted out there. We're in NATO, okay. We've had agreements with Russia that, going back to because of the bad pigs, they put missiles right in Cuba, pointed at us, and we had agreements that NATO couldn't expand and go close to Russia. We've done it. They've done it. And I say, if NATO, why are we over there helping poor Ukraine because of their border? What about our border? Where's France, Germany, England? Where are their troops helping us protect our border? Give me a break. Let them take care of their own. Trump had us on the right path. That's why they went at him so hard.
Hey, Bob, what I really want to know is why is the Biden administration paying $132,000 a day to store the panels that should be upstanding, stored at the border and not wherever?
Because they're allowed to get away with it.
And they let some.
There's the answer right there. That's why I wake up mad.
Some of them got sold for scrap. I heard. We're allowed.
I'm done asking the questions why they're allowed to get away with it. They're allowed to get away with it because we
let them.
They're doing it. They're doing it. That's why they're doing it.
Thomas Jefferson said there comes a time from time to time when we must remind our government by the taking up of arms and shedding blood of tyrants and patriots and refreshing the tree of liberty. And the time is here. The time is now.
But you know what? You still got more people that tune into The View than tune into what's going on in this country.
Yep.
They do.
So, hey.
I tell them, shut that crap off. I mean, it's good to watch a little bit to see what they're saying.
Hell no.
It's good to watch a little to see what they're saying. See, because I'm on the dock at work, and I red pilled everyone like 4 years ago, and Trump bats. Like this
Well,
is how it is. Bam, 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 bam. You believe in the baloney?
I get what Will's saying though. I get
Absolutely.
what he's saying. The thing that we need to fear most is the fact that people just don't give a shit. They care about their life. They care about the daily hustle. Then they don't even want to see that engine light or the tire. That's what they focus on is the stuff going on, but they don't focus that their engine's fixing to blow up and gonna be walking.
Yep.
You know,
And back in the day, I used to
and
watch CNN and I used to watch the local news, and I actually believed them 25 years ago. You watch it for the weather. Now I don't believe nothing.
People should be walking around like the sky is falling. But I walk out my house every day, and you know what? It's like nothing is even going on, yo. And that's a scary thing.
and
When something of this magnitude is taking place behind the scenes. It ain't even behind the scenes anymore.
No, it's
when
in your
it's
face.
taking place right in front of your
face.
I don't know if people don't you remember what the old saying, if you're gonna steal something or do something, do it out in the open. Do it right in front of their face. They'll never expect it.
Exactly.
Do it right in front of their face.
I'll tell you,
pick up that piece of candy right in front of grandma's face, because she ain't never gonna expect you to do that shit. She'll try to wonder where it went after the fact, but just do it.
This
you know,
and that's this how serious it is, Will. America, you can leave dirty clothes in your floor from the kids going out to the swimming pool and not have time to get to it. And some official can come in your house and take your children away from you, and they'll give them back if they decide you deserve them. That's how serious it is. When the government has more control over your own children than you do. They can take them when they want to. The court systems are designed for you to be a monster when you walk in. They can plant evidence on you. They can give their idea of who never met you before in your life. You know, that's how big of a threat it is.
Why is the shaman still locked up? Why is this man still locked up after video footage of him being escorted around by the fucking police? He's still locked up.
Yep.
The least they should have done 15 minutes after that footage was out. I don't care. This is America. Okay, dude, you're out and you get a retrial. You're out, you get a retrial. We see this shit. Okay, something ain't right. You being escorted or you ain't being escorted.
No.
But you not sitting in jail one day more until we figure this out. That's just fucking common sense. That's grammar school shit. But we got to sit here and we got to watch a man's life be destroyed after we see this motherfucker be led around by DC Capitol Police.
Well,
Amen.
I always say the
That's bullshit.
District of Columbia never signed the Constitution like the 50 states They have their own Constitution. They have their own laws. And I think these people should be extradited to their home state and being judged by their peers, Americans. District of Columbia is not America.
But you know what?
The Crown owns it. And
you know what's sad?
And the congressmen that we send there do fucking shit.
Nothing.
You know what's sad? You hit it right there, Robert. They will get out every day and talk about how wrong this man was done. Why ain't every damn Republican on Congress steps? No, see, it's deeper than that. Why ain't this man free?
Yeah.
Ted Cruz. Why ain't this man free, DeSantis? Why ain't
Lindsey
this man
Graham.
free? Lindsey Graham?
Yeah.
And not just free to be free. I mean, I'm gonna meet y'all halfway. At least free until we can figure out what's the actual and factual, especially with the new exculpatory evidence that has now. I
saw those videos back in the day before they deleted a lot. They had like 3-4 people whipping. Even some of the cops were whipping open all the railings. Come on in. That's entrapment. Basic entrapment. I mean, They were letting them in. And then you got all these other jerk offs going, I feared for my life. I feared for my life.
Bro.
Oh my God.
They took him to one door. It was locked. So they took him. Why is he in jail?
Well,
they took him to one door. It was locked. And they escorted his ass around the other way.
Yeah. Yeah.
That should be enough right there. They literally on camera tried to open a door for him.
Yeah.
You see the first police officer. He tried to open the door and it was locked. And that was the side entrance to get into the rotunda. So they took his ass all the way around, past 9 other police officers that was standing there drinking coffee and having donut snacks until their part was called.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's all set. It was all set up.
You got 9 police officers just chilling in the corridor when you got allegedly thousands of people trying to. What are those officers? Well, isn't that a dereliction of duty? They just standing there.
See, I remember the day Trump went on the stage like an hour and 15 minutes late on purpose. And people that listened to the speech, they were already smashing windows and they were already in the Capitol. So how could he incite anything? He was still speaking. And people were the FBI led Antifa and BLM who donned MAGA gear, which you can buy. I've been to DC multiple times. I was down there. You could buy Make America Great Trump gear on every street corner. The whole thing's a sham. Yet Congress, to this day, like you said, they can't fess up. Why not? Lock them up. They couldn't stand 24 hours in a cell. They'd be crying like bitches. I mean, it's sad. Ashley
We're
Babbitt.
the good guys.
Ashley
We're
Babbitt.
the good guys.
What was Ashley doing so wrong? He shoots her through the door. She was behind a locked door. The guy that shot her, what the hell was he thinking? Why wasn't he arrested for murder? She didn't threaten him at all. She was on the other side of bulletproof glass, probably. The glass got to be thick.
This is the conversation we need to be having.
Not enough people have the common sense. There's too many people too busy going, I'm busy with my life. I got this to do. I got that to do. The country's falling apart. There's going to be nothing left. When you wake up, you're already done.
Randy, hold on a second. Randy, I think your mic is off. Check your mic, Randy. There you go.
He still ain't with us. Is he on the phone?
Randy, we lost your mic.
Can you unplug it?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you now, Randy. Go ahead.
Here's the reason why. Give me just a second. What is liberal media saying about if Trump gets arrested and there's protests? What are they saying it's going to be like? January the 6th.
January 6th, yeah.
Now, anytime that they give Trump shit and the Patriots stand up, they're cutting the BALLs off real Americans so they don't have a voice. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
January 6th was a situation that was manipulated and controlled by paid minions, undercover FBI agents, and Nancy Pelosi, the Democratic Party, so that they could restrain any further action and the power of Trump to be able to pull the people together and stand for our Constitution.
And where's Ray Epps? Ray Epps the night before was saying, we got to go in there. We got to get in the building. And he's gone. And they wouldn't answer the question. Is he an FBI agent? Can't answer. Is he a confidential informant? Can't answer. Where is he? Can't answer it. But they could find Joe Blow, who this guy walked by the camera. He was there. Arrest him. Give me a break.
It is a manipulated way that if American people stand up for what's for right, liberals can say, oh, they're going to do like January the 6th. And they can call it a civil unrest, issue martial law. Boom. communists. Here we are. Here we go.
Patriot
The
Act.
rich rule. We have to
Boom.
kiss their ass. So, it's just the bottom line is if we don't stop focusing on the bullshit and realize that every aspect of being a free country is on the verge, a very thin time span between now and the end of this year, if I had to put money on it, if we don't get focused on the seriousness of what's happening here, how the hell can you deny that you are being attacked by the same so-called elected officials and corporations? It's about making laws that they're immune to that we're not. This is tyranny.
Hey, Randy, but it goes a layer higher than that. What people don't realize, what the liberals and the Democrats are doing, they think what they're doing is causing division. They haven't seen division. When the police department has to start deciding, when the Marine Corps has to start deciding, when the Army has to start deciding, when the Navy has to start deciding. See, because everybody don't think the same.
That's right.
Everybody don't think the same. And I put my money on Americans at the end of the day.
Me too.
Being Americans, because see, what happens is once Americans realize, wow, there's really no such thing as the boogeyman. Remember when you was a kid and you used to be scared of turning the lights on? You didn't want your mom to turn the light out. And then one day you finally decided to go look in that closet and you realized there's really no boogeyman in the closet. Oh, turn the damn light out. Turn the damn light out. We can turn light out. We can have lights out party every night. That's what it's going to take. And I don't know when it's going to be. And I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know who it's going to take. But something's going to happen to where America's going to realize, yo, we really have the right to do this shit.
That's right.
And somebody has our back.
Yep.
Oh, let's go. This is our opportunity. When the cattle, they finally get that opportunity, that breakthrough. Because at the end of the day, Americans are sick and tired of what
I say y'all.
They sick and tired of what they witness. They don't got to come out and say it. They see it.
When Randy contacted me this morning about doing this broadcast, the theme that he wanted to get out to people was that it's time to get ready for what is coming and time to be ready to act for it when it happens. And like you just said, Will, America doesn't need to look for an excuse or the moment for anybody to stand up and say, now is the time, we need to act, because the actual and factual, quoting you, copyright to you, royalties paid to you, the actual and factual is that we as Americans don't need to be told it's time to do anything. What makes us Americans is that we can stand up and do anything whenever we feel there is a need to do it. And with that, I'll turn my mic off and give the rest of you guys time.
It's real hard to get out your front door if it's covered with trash. The first thing we need to do is realize the awakening's over with. There ain't nothing to be awake about. The reality is we got to start making valuable choices for the future of fit generations. Okay, we know that it ain't a person from left to right to liberal to black or white, brown. Ain't a person one knows that don't know that something's wrong. Okay, well, we got to get that out of the way. The deal is making the decisions on how we fix it. Now, we live in a more social, more civilized country than we did in 1775, and that's true. But at the end of the day, we live with a lot less common sense. Okay, common sense tells us that if you ain't sitting in an elitist bracket, then your life is expendable. You've seen it on all fronts. You don't matter. I'm sorry, you don't. And the fact of the matter is, you really do. But it's because we sit back and try to delusion that, just like the little example that Ray gave was perfect. That's what we are. We're focused on the little flat tire, or maybe a bad spark plug. But the reality is, we don't get it fixed.
Or the boogeyman.
Yeah. Okay.
Or the boogeyman.
It's a sad day in our country, and the saddest part is not what's going on. It's that we're so busy
that everyone's going along with it,
right? That we just don't want to believe it, and we can't get along, because there's enough of us here that if we said we didn't want this no more, they couldn't do nothing about it. If we come together as people and move all these names like gay and straight and Muslim and Christian and Jew or black or white or brown or red, or I live on the east side, you live on the west side crap, and realize that every one of our kids grow up on this piece of property, and that they are the most important people. And what the hell are we going to leave them if we keep sitting back being complacent? And we don't ever have to take a gun. All they got to do is know we ain't going to take it. And once they know we won't take it no more, then we'll be our country again. And we have to take up the educational part to our children, where they only teach the Constitution one hour in or around September the 17th. They don't understand who we are as Americans and how our rights are given to us by God, not by man. And, they hear us talk about guns, blah, 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 blah. The real truth about guns is, first of all, even an animal is born with the instinct to defend itself. In America, we have a right for that. And that's what's kept us from having battles and wars on our own properties, because they know behind every blade of grass is an American who loves what they've earned, loves what they own, and they worked hard so they can pass it on to our kids. And we're not going to just let somebody just come and take it. And we'll stand together, united for what we believe in. And that is our Constitution. That is our future for our children. And if we don't quit being complacent, act like, we just don't want to be involved. You're involved. Not only are you involved, it's at your home. It's at the gas station. It's at the grocery store. And we can use our voices and our power united. We don't have to have weapons. We just got to agree on something. And that's it.
But you know what, Randy? I guess, we get up here and I guess we can criticize, or I can criticize and say what people ain't doing. But at the end of the day, I get it. At the end of the day, I really, people, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be, this is from the Patriots Lab to you. And I say this with all sincerity.
Y'all have to excuse me for
I understand that everybody isn't built to stare down the government. No. It's not like staring down your boss at work. It's not like staring down your kids. It's not like even staring down your local mayor or your local congressman. To do this, there are some countries we would be locked up.
Oh, in New Hampshire, they all know me, from the governor to the reps to my locals. They all know me. I've been involved for 5 years.
But are we lying? Are we lying, Robert? Are we lying when we say what we see as American citizens is unacceptable for how America is supposed to be?
I'd say, can't you see what I see? Oh, well, but we need to do this. We need to be kinder. We need to be accepting. Accepting of what? And immigrant. My wife, my second wife, I was married once, two children, mid-30s. My son's a cop in Boston. I moved to New Hampshire, got out of Mass. My second wife, Filipino. I helped her get her citizenship. She knows more about American history than any of these kids in school today, because they don't teach them nothing.
Yeah,
they teach nothing.
They don't.
They teach them critical race. Oh, be nice to them. Oh,
Homeschooling is the
my
answer.
God.
Homeschooling.
It's-
I want to see who the first woman is that's going to stand up and say that women, the biological woman isn't going to be hijacked. Just sit back and think.
Hey,
I think there's a lot of them
women,
out there.
didn't you just see in the
think about
news
what.
that J.K. Rowling, an English woman who wrote the books, she said there's only men and boys and girls, and she's been
Yep.
getting hot and heavy because they all thought she was with them. She's all over the news cycle the last few days. Like I said, I don't watch the liberal stuff regularly, but I watch it once in a while.
Right. And she purposely took the pen name J.K. Rowling because when she started writing, women weren't writers.
Yeah.
So, to see her come out of the limelight or come back into the limelight and say,
taking big flack.
This is who I am, and this is what women can do. But
we need more people like her to stand up. Now, my good friend John Stubbins was an actor in Hollywood. He left Hollywood.
Okay,
why?
Go ahead, Ray.
I never thought I'd live to see the day when they let biological men compete against women professionally. I never thought I'd do this shit. I never thought.
Brookline, Mass. They said, "Here's the new champion sprinter in Massachusetts for the 100-yard dash." And you see four people, women. They look like girls, about 5'6", 5'8". And you see the 6'2" goon.
Oh my God!
Who do you think the chick with the dick is? I mean, give me a break.
we just stood by and let it happen.
But
Bob, I'm waiting until the next time we see the New England Patriots play a football game with a female quarterback.
No. See, no, that's not. No, see, now that
guys, I got.
Hold on, Randy.
Okay, I got to bounce. So I want to give y'all a little information. So go ahead and finish it.
No, go ahead.
All right, Randy, go ahead.
I'm sorry, something's come up. I got to go ahead and go. But now, it's not good to always mix everything with politics and everything. But at the end of the day, let's get real. We're Americans, okay? So we have a right to do that. But for the Patriot people out there, well, for everybody, okay? This concert is taking place in Cincinnati, Ohio at Cove 51, okay? This is a benefit for the people of East Palestine, okay? All monies will go. I'm not even handling the money. Eventbrite, you can't even get the money for 3 days later. Plus, there's going to be donations. All right. What we're going to do, we're going to be working with Soup Mama and some other people. We will take everything after the cost of venue. We will go down to Lowe's, Sam's, wherever, with the list of things that are needed. And for East Palestine, we will exhaust the funds with transparent receipts. You will see how much there is, how much we had, what we deducted, and everything will be spent. And then we're going to take those trailers. We're going to go out personally and be involved in distributing. So I want to let y'all know that's going to happen. But get your tickets on Eventbrite. Search East Palestine Benefit Concert. We have Turbo B. Turbo B is a massive artist. He got with Snap. He does several songs. We did have P.D. Pablo. However, I want to announce, dude, it's very regretful, but P.D. is putting out his first album, and he hasn't done one in a while. His producer called and said, "Man, you're going to have to be in Germany this week. You have to be there 5 days." So unfortunately, PD had to go through this video, but he's going to do some more stuff later. So I'm very sorry about that, but we are looking for another headliner to go with it. Now, we have Miss Lori Glory, who is a very famous artist from Europe. She's done many features with many people, but she had a song that was registered for a Grammy. It's called Children of the World. She's going to be going out to schools and all that area. So the last video that she did of this, there was over 200 schools where she worked with kids and got to play with them, taught them the songs, and put them in the video. It's a beautiful song. It's called Children of the World. Miss Precious, who is a world famous, it's known mostly in Europe. Zoom, who is on top of the charts in Europe, and many other people. And a lot of them, we got Patriot rappers, we got Christian rapper Danny Ray Jr., which is awesome. And of course, one of my favorite of all time, one of the most humble, loving, sweet man who supports our country, supports our police officers, firemen, first responders, veterans, Mr. Steve Spurgeon. I love his voice. It's just gold. It's inspirational, and many, many others. And but everything is for these people. And this is how we come together as Americans. So y'all go to Eventbrite. You can do it online. It's $25 for a regular ticket, or you can pay $35 and have a VIP table. There's only 70 VIP tables, so they are limited. So y'all come out and support us. It's going to be a great event. You're going to get to meet Soup Mama and everybody else, or at least a representative from Soup Mama, because she's really busy. We don't know exactly how that's going to go. But we're also asking that every individual who purchases a ticket, when you come to the event, bring some kind of disaster supply like rubber gloves, baby formula, diapers, what else, Ray? Garbage bags, baby wipes. But mostly needed is some good high quality water and air purifiers. But we'll have a list of things. But I'm gonna have to get out of here. Y'all come support this concert, please.
You on Facebook?
Yes.
Randy's on Facebook.
All
Yes,
right.
he is. I'll send you his information after the broadcast.
Yeah, send him my number, my cell phone, Dave.
I will. I
I'll
will
see
do
if
that.
I'll see if I get a hold of my friend John Stubbins is in Columbus. John was an actor. He played Woody Hayes in the theater production of Woody Hayes. John grew up in Columbus. Great guy.
Yep.
So
he's welcome to come on, and
we'll see if maybe we can get Dave Bray excited about it.
I'll talk to Bray. I'll talk to Dave Bray because he owes me a favor and he knows it.
Good.
Also, great news. I don't know if y'all heard. Oh, God is always, he's always in the midst. Anyway, but Newsmax is back on DirecTV.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Welcome back, 13.2 million viewers to News. They tried. They seen them subscriptions going down. See, they seen the bottom line. They said it ain't working. See, they said we got to cover it eventually anyway. See, when they know they on a losing team, they know they got to cover it anyway. It ain't worth it. That's like this DA in New York. He had to call an audible real quick because I think he's finally trying to figure out, is it really worth it? I'm a young black man. I got my whole political aspirations in front of me. Do I really want to self-sabotage my career just for a little?
Yeah.
You know, you got to think about it, bro. Everybody else who did my man wrong is they either went down, going down, and they not around no more.
Well, they tried to use Cohen, and Cohen's lawyer Costello went to the grand jury Monday and said, "Look, here's all the emails." He said Cohen mortgaged his house, second mortgage for $100,000, paid Stormy, and then he billed Trump, and he said it in the emails. I was doing it to save his marriage. Now they're trying to turn and say it was election money. It was money, which is a lie.
Right.
So Costello just said, look,
right.
You can't say it's election fraud. Because,
right.
I mean, everyone already looked at it. It's already been looked at.
I don't think Cohen has any credibility left.
No, he's
not that he had any credibility before.
No.
Alan Bragg doesn't have a case. I'm just sitting back trying to see what type of case he creates. Because when you don't have nothing, you got to create something. So I want to see how creative
they were trying to. Yeah, they were trying to do another January 6th. Basically, they thought us Trumpers were going to go out there and go,
Hey, Trump pulled a fast one. Trump was like, hey, what time y'all want to do this? I got to make sure I got my silk pajamas on.
I got to get my 9 holes in the morning. And, we'll do lunch.
I want to make sure I got my hair done.
Actually, I heard President Trump invited them to be there for 9:00 tea time, and then take them on the perp walk after the complimentary golf course.
No
time.
doubt,
Hey.
that's the way Trump rolls.
Cause that right, probably have the gourmet breakfast for them afterwards.
Yep.
But hey, Ray, you're welcome. It's either going to be 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. tonight for an hour. I don't know. I'm waiting to hear which time it will be. Everybody will know. Keith Pribble, I believe, is going to try to make the broadcast tonight. Bob, if you're available, you're welcome to make the broadcast.
I'll be sleeping. I gotta go to work at 8:00 tonight. But
okay. And if Susan can get the link, I'll send you the link. If you can get the link to Susan, or give me her contact information. Right, that would be.
But she definitely wants to hook up. She's down there in Tampa.
Yep.
And that's what we do is we network. And we network and network. And there's nothing better than God-fearing, God-loving patriots that we love our country. We care about our children, our grandchildren, and we care about everyone. I mean, come on. This whole baloney is about division. They want to divide us. They want us burning our country down so they can come in and pick the pieces up and go, oh, look, we're saving you.
Yep.
You destroyed us.
And if the Patriots Lab Network was watching us, Ray, always a privilege when you bring them in. And
I'll be going on at noon.
Yep. All right. This broadcast was on all over Facebook. It was on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel.
What platforms are you on, Ray? You on
the Patriots Lab Uncensored. On Facebook.
Okay. On Facebook?
YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, Facebook, YouTube.
Cool.
Are you on Facebook?
Yeah,
yes,
I'm just Bob McCarthy, the mayor. So
Okay, Bob McCarthy, the mayor. I'll definitely go ahead and look you up, but I'm gonna go on at probably about noon.
All right.
I feel like I can still eat a day.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
it's fun when you don't have to make up nothing. Only thing you can do, only thing I do is sit back and just talk about the daily shit that's going on.
Yeah, it is.
You can't make this shit up. It's and if you walk people through it, look at this. They said that. They did this. They did. You remember this? And they're like,
they can't believe it.
Oh, yeah.
They can't believe it. I mean,
come on.
You give them a walk down memory lane, Bob, and they're shocked. They're like, whoa.
Oh, son of a gun. Yeah. Pay attention. They're stealing your country away. They're pitting friend and neighbor and family against one another.
And you know what the main question, you know what the number one question is to the ones that didn't know? How are they getting away with this shit? I'm like, exactly. You see what the hell I'm dealing with?
Yeah. They're counting on dumb asses like you to be useful idiots and not pay attention.
I tried to tell y'all 4 years ago.
Yeah. I
know
all my guys. I work for WB Mason. I load delivery vans at night, and I red pill the whole dock. And believe me, I went through months of, you're one of those, and blah blah blah. You're a conspiracy theorist, and like everything I've said has slowly come true. Like,
hey Bob, Mr. Mayor, I'm gonna send you a request on Facebook. If you want to join the lab at noon, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, do that, and then hopefully, like I said, tonight it'll be either 5 or 5:30. I'll know around noon what time it is. I'll send everybody the information. You're all welcome back. I know when
Dave is trying to get off the air. Dave is trying to push us out.
No. I'm actually trying to extend it. I'm actually trying to extend it because Randy Rhodes wanted to be on this morning, and he wasn't home at 10.
Yeah.
He thought he'd be
Bring
back
Randy
by
in.
11:30. I'm trying to get him on, but no, I don't want to tie you up from getting 12 noon set up, Ray. But I mean, you're more than welcome to stay. If Randy makes it in before 12 noon, then
my wife's off on Wednesday.
I'll give him some time.
She'll be home soon. I go to work at 8:00 at night,
All right.
Sunday through Thursday. But
all right. Well, be in the live chat if you can. And
But I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, and I love to poke these liberals in the eye. And,
yep. 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we will bring you on with us as part of the crew. And Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern, if you're around, you're welcome to be part of that crew. That's a 2-hour broadcast.
Ah, that's cool. Love to educate people, and
that's what we need.
That's the problem is most people and I get it. Like I was saying, 25 years ago, I had young kids and I worked my tail off. And you watch the news, you think you're getting reality. In reality, you're getting the mockingbird. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if you believe it, they love you.
What Bob McCarthy are you? There's a bunch of Bobs up here with beards on.
Code of Vets.
Manchester, New Hampshire?
You got it. Code of Vets, Manchester, New Hampshire.
Are you that's with you with the coffee mug?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Good.
I got you.
All right. So Bob, go over and when Ray goes live at 12 noon, go over and continue on there if you can. And as you said, everybody networks with everybody. And
for today, I'm just about done for today. But you do it? What days of the week you do, Ray? Every day?
I'm spontaneous.
Spontaneous. All right, I'll keep my.
He's a spontaneous combustible broadcast.
Well, Dave's got my number. Dave can forward.
I've got your number. I will do that.
And I'll let you know because I'm fairly busy. I'm a grandpa. My son and my grandkids are next town over now. They moved out of Mass. They're 7 minutes away from me, just south of the Manchester airport here, where Trump did 2 rallies. And that's the best thing. My son got out of Massachusetts. Come up here. He commutes to Boston, where he's a cop. So, but
all right, gentlemen.
God bless. Thanks.
All right, gentlemen.
And we're gonna enjoy some more great conversation.
All right,
thanks,
brother.
Dave.
All right, always a pleasure, Bob. You're welcome anytime.
You got it.
You can bring Susan. You can bring Susan sometime, and if you want, we'll embarrass everybody at PPN one day.
Oh yeah, I'll try to get Susan on here for sure.
All right.
But,
all right, Bob.
Man.
Always a pleasure.
God bless you.
Always
Have a great afternoon, brother.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
All right. Okay. We had a very busy session this morning. We had Randy Griesenbeck, the Patriot Cowboy, was with us. Bob McCarthy was on. William Rayfield from the Patriots Lab joined us. And the Patriots Lab Uncensored is getting ready to go live at 12 noon. So I believe that's a private group here on Facebook. So make sure you're a member of that private group and you'll be able to watch the broadcast here on Facebook. I know that Ray is a busy man. He's on 19 destinations, social media wise. So anybody and everybody should be able to catch the actual and factual whenever he is on. And it's always a pleasure to have him on. If you are a StreamYard broadcaster, I don't care what kind of broadcast you do. If you use StreamYard to do your broadcast, we can link you to my StreamYard, and we can be live on your networks while you're live on our networks. And when times are tough, we can get everybody together and become a big Patriot network in the event of an emergency or whatever. We just need to get out to people. Everybody knows I enjoy doing broadcasts on just about every topic you can think of. Right now, there's a lot of stuff going on in America, and if you are not aware of it, you need to become aware of it. You need to get ready for it, and you need to be taking part in it. That's all I can tell you. The views expressed on any Boogie with the Bull broadcast are those of the people you see on camera and anyone you see in the live chats. They may not necessarily agree with the views on any social media network that you see a Boogie with the Bull broadcast on. Equal time is given to responsible parties with opposing views. That means if you disagreed with a comment you saw in a live chat, or you disagree with a person on camera, you have a right to come back onto a Boogie with the Bull broadcast and at least be able to talk one-on-one on the broadcast with that person and or persons. So, all lives matter right now. It doesn't matter to me. Like Randy said, you can be Jewish, you can be Catholic, you can be Episcopalian, you can be, I don't have a religion, you can be, I don't believe in God. But if you're an American, you're more than welcome to be on the broadcast and state your views on what is going on in America and be treated by the panel of broadcasters on a broadcast equally and fairly and in a tone of voice that they can't hear me outside of the bedroom studio. So let's see. I'm trying to stretch to get Randy Rhodes on, but I told him I would try to stay on until 12 noon, but I don't have a half hour worth of material. But tonight, like I said, Boogie with the Bull, True Patriot Talk returns. It'll either be 5 p.m. Eastern or 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I will let you know as it gets closer to the time. We will be live on the Dave Logan profile. There is live chat, and I watch it on a separate monitor. We will be live in the Boogie with the Bull page, and there will be live chat. We will be live in the Boogie with the Bull group, and there will be a live chat. We will be live on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and there is live chat. And if you follow Boogie WT Bull over on Twitter, you can watch the broadcast. And yes, being a content creator on Twitter and a content creator on Rumble is in the works. You all know the No Budget Broadcasting Company is doing their best to get ourselves represented wherever we think we need to be or want to be to get information out to America. That's why I always say you're more than welcome to let me know in advance that you want to be on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast, whether it's the 10 a.m. broadcast or the 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. broadcast or the Saturday morning 10 a.m. to 12 noon 2-hour broadcast. You're more than welcome to be on that. And a lot of times, if there's a time that is good for you and can be good for me, we will work something in and try to get you that way. And then anybody who is on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast 9 out of 10 times might want to take you and grab you into their broadcasts. And that's how I like to do things. So if you want to be on a Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk broadcast or any kind of Boogie with the Bull broadcast, please let me know. Message me on Facebook Messenger, and we will go from there. If you're interested in doing a type of broadcast like Boogie with the Bull, doesn't matter what the topic is, we will invite you into what I call Boogie with the Bull Boot Camp, which means that you'll join us on the 10 o'clock broadcasts, the 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. broadcasts, and the Saturday 10 a.m. broadcast for a week or so. And if you feel that you're ready to go, we'll help get you set up with the free StreamYard 20-hour a month package, and you can do it. And if you're happy doing it, then you need to move on and step up to your own StreamYard package. But we will still welcome you on any Boogie with the Bull broadcast as a member of the panel. I can only have 8 guests on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast right now. That's me. Yeah, I'm a guest on my own program. That's me and 7 others. If we ever get to a point on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast that there are more people that want to come on, then yeah, we will have to flip guests throughout the broadcast, but we'll worry about that when we get to that point. Or the people behind Boogie with the Bull and StreamYard will have to maybe kick up to more guest cameras and more destinations and all of that. If you want Boogie with the Bull broadcast in your group, let me know. If I post it in your group and it comes back declined for any reason, that I will not post it in your group. Usually declining it is that it doesn't have a headline and it can't be approved. And I will either try to put a headline on it, but if it still comes back declined, then I'm just not going to send it to your group. To be honest with you, we go live and I go over to share the broadcast, and I share it to our groups, American Regulators, Conservative Freedom Defenders, the Few, the Proud, the Deplorable, and the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group. And we go from there. Sherry Reeves says that Randy is a scammer. Well, I have Randy and Randy, so you need to clarify. Are you talking about Randy Griesenbeck, and are you talking about Randy Rhodes? And whichever one you are, Sherry, the only thing I will do is, like I said before, is I will contact Randy, whichever Randy it is, and tell them your comments, and I will try to schedule a broadcast that both of you can. Okay, then Griesenbeck. Well, I will try to schedule a broadcast that you and Randy Griesenbeck can be on together, and you can go after Randy, and Randy can respond. As I have told people with the Boogie with the Bull page, I don't want you to message me that you have issues with Randy Griesenbeck or any other broadcaster on Facebook. Okay? I tell you that if you have a problem, message me on Dave Globin, and I will bring it to Randy Griesenbeck's attention, and Randy can come on, and you can come on, and you guys can talk about it. I'm sorry, but you know what? I know everybody has a past that they weren't a good person, and you don't have to contact him, Sherry. I will contact him, and I have 24-hour direct access to him that is not blocked. Okay? But what I have done on Facebook over the 15 years that I have been on Facebook is that whenever someone comes to me and says, I have a problem with either another broadcaster on Facebook or somebody else on Facebook and what they do, I say, well, you know what? I'll invite you and I'll invite you, and both of you can be the only two people on a broadcast or that section of a broadcast. I'll turn off everybody else's mics, and the two of you can go at it. Because that's how I am. I want to get the actual and factual out from both sides, and then other people can make an idea. Okay? I know Randy Griesenbeck. I've done things with Randy Griesenbeck before, and he wasn't a bad person, and he did what he said he was going to do. And yes, other people have done things with him, and they didn't work out the way they were supposed to, and it seems like everybody holds a grudge. Well, you know, you are more than welcome to hold a grudge with anybody you want from anywhere on social media, because I know a lot of people on social media that are broadcasters that have grudges with me, and I have grudges with them over stupid things, but, you know, that's life. You know, not everybody's going to like everybody. Not everybody's going to like the events that everybody plans. Not everybody is going to ever want to deal with the grudges or their personal facts that someone is a scumbag or a bad person, or however you put it. I'd have to roll back, or a scammer. Okay. I'm just a guy who likes doing broadcasts, started doing them 3 years ago. Any kind of broadcast that I can do, not just political. And I like to think that I'm exposing the truth and or a solution to somebody's truth. That's what I strive to do when I'm here and when I'm on. So I will contact Randy Griesenbeck, and I will tell him that you would like to do a broadcast with him. And I will make you have to be unblocked so that you can be on, and then the two of you can either block each other or he can block you. I don't really care. I'm not really responsible for it. Okay. 15 years on Facebook, and I'm just tired of the games. Like, okay, if you don't like this person or you had a bad experience with this person during the 15 years that I was on Facebook, well, you know what? I'm not going to schedule everybody's having an opportunity to come on and do a Boogie with the Bull broadcast where they can hold Facebook court on Boogie with the Bull. But, I've not had a problem with Randy Griesenbeck. He's done everything that he said he would do for me. And, that's just the way it is. And I threw it back at people that said that, oh, well, you can't partner with Randy Griesenbeck because he's a scammer or he's a bad person. I threw it back at them and said, well, the No Budget Broadcasting Company, a.k.a. Boogie with the Bull, is a guy who is on permanent disability doing something that he enjoys doing on social media, and I can't afford it. Okay? And, I'm sorry, but the Griesenbecks stepped up and they're paying for my StreamYard. If you want to see ads all over Boogie with the Bull broadcast and me merchandising everything I can all over Boogie with the Bull broadcast, which I don't want to do, so that I can come up with the $79 a month for StreamYard, I'll be more than happy to start selling advertising on the broadcasts and doing everything else that I have to do to be able to fund doing the broadcast the best way that I can. I've thrown that offer out before and I'll throw it out again. I am the No Budget Broadcasting Company because I don't have a budget to do this. Okay. I have 2 Chromebooks, a bunch of tablets, an iPad, a couple of cell phones that are available to throw in a duffel bag and go do a remote broadcast or sit here in my bedroom studio and do a broadcast with. And that's all I can tell you. That's my commitment to America, whether it's 10 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 10 p.m. on Saturday, and any other opportunity that there is to do one when one needs to be done. That is what I will do. I have not shied away from that commitment, and that's just what I do. Like I said, everybody knows I'm going through Lewy body's dementia for the rest of my life. Was diagnosed about a year ago, and I'm doing my best to continue doing what I have done on Facebook for 15 years, and that's the best I can do. I can't be everywhere because A, I can't afford to be at every event. B, I don't want to ask people to donate money to get me to everywhere I need to be, so that I can do my best to try to make sure I can get people on to talk about their events wherever they are, or the road shows to their events wherever they are. And if I could, live stream every event that I could. That's what I'm trying to build now. The next phase of Boogie with the Bull, I keep telling people behind the scenes, the next phase of Boogie with the Bull is some kind of internet radio, whether it is sending audio up to established internet radio stations from all kinds of broadcasts, mainly conservative Patriot, True Patriot Talk, and or actually putting something together with a studio hub here in the Jacksonville area and just letting it go. I've had a dream of Roku TV and Sirius XM radio channels. And, right now the best thing to do is to throw everything up on an internet radio station and see where it goes. And if somewhere down the road we get a chance to move to Sirius XM radio, we will. And if we get a chance to move to Roku TV, we will. Okay? We will. And, I'm always open to finding other broadcasters on Facebook that want to work with me, other broadcasters that have their own YouTube channels, other broadcasters that have every other destination that I don't, and they can share our broadcasts on their networks, and I can share their broadcasts on what I've managed to put together. And that's just what I'm going to do. I hold grudges with people, Sherry. I have to admit, I'm a bad person at 61 years old. I hold grudges and I burn bridges, and I have tried all of my life not to be that kind of a person, but push comes to shove, and I can be a bad person. I've been an admin on Facebook for 15 years, and I burn bridges and block people, and some people are still blocked. Most of the time, I don't. I just try to come on. If I wake up that morning, I look and see if I'm doing any broadcasts that day, and I just come on and do the best that I can. It's important to get the information out about what's going on in America out to every American. And as far as I'm concerned, then they have to make their decision on how they want to help resolve it or how they want to live through it. And that's all I can do. I like to have broadcasters from other broadcasts come on and share their views and how their viewers feel, and that's the best I can do. So I got no grudges against having any other broadcaster on Facebook or any other or social media network that may have a grudge with me or think I have a grudge with them. I did professional radio and college radio over a 6-year period in the 80s, and I feel the same way now as I did back then. You could think that I'm the most terrible person on earth. You could think that you don't like my politics. You can hate the color of the car I drive. You could hate the fact that my car runs better than yours, and it's probably 20 years older than yours. And the comments that Ray made, I respect Ray, that most people don't take their car to a mechanic or go to a Advanced Auto or an auto shop that will do a free code check and tell you what that light is, because they don't want to be confronted with how much money it's going to cost to fix it, and they just drive the car until they can't drive it anymore. Well, I was in the transportation business for 43 years, and that's not acceptable. It wasn't acceptable to me to have any of my drivers do that in any company car. And it's never been acceptable to me in my personal cars, because my father, when the light came on, if he wasn't around to get the car to his mechanic, he said to me, take the car and go to the mechanic. Okay. And the light is on my Toyota. And like everyone knows, it's a 2001. It's got just under 139,000 original miles. And what the light is it is such a minor evaporation leak that it doesn't affect if the car goes in for a smog check. And it was too much money. My mother was told by her mechanic, who she had for almost as long as she had the car before she gave it to me, that it wasn't worth fixing. So that car, it's not worth fixing it. So I do check the check engine light from time to time just to make sure nothing new has gotten tripped a sensor. And if it's things that need to be fixed right away, then they are fixed right away. But I depend on my car to get my wife to work when she's working, and to get us to places that we need to be at. So my car is important. I'm not buying a electric vehicle because I don't want to finance $60,000 worth of debt to get a car that's the same size as my Toyota, that's not going to get better mileage than my Toyota. And the government or whoever is going to tell me when I can go and charge it, where I can go and charge it. And I'm just not going to do it. Okay. So as long as gasoline is available and I think it's affordable, then we will keep that car. And to the Biden administration, you're now going to be harvesting 283,000 or 284,000 barrels. And I even heard someone say it might be actually 284 million barrels, but that didn't sound right. But 283 or 284,000 barrels of oil a day are going to be harvested out of Alaska. That oil needs to stay here. Why? Because Joe Biden needs to make sure that when he is not elected to a second term, or even, God forbid, if he is elected to a second term, that the strategic oil reserves have been refilled to twice what was in there before he did anything with it. And I don't care if you're a Biden supporter and you believe that what he did, selling oil from the strategic oil reserves to China, for whatever reason he did, I don't believe that it was right. Okay, I believe somewhere within all of that is an organization that says that the United States can sell from its strategic oil reserve to any other country that's a member of this international consortium, or whatever you want to call it, in the event that that country's strategic oil reserve has been exhausted and they need it. So we can look at that at a later time and date as to what happened. But our strategic oil reserves need to be brought back up immediately at the Biden administration or the federal government expense, not the United States taxpayers' expense, because we wouldn't have agreed to release it if it was a ballot question that was honestly counted as a ballot question. And also, we need to step back to when Joe Biden was the vice president under Barack Obama, and they exhausted the United States strategic reserve on ventilators, to make sure that now Joe Biden is president, that we have brought that back up. Because to the best of my knowledge, Donald Trump used that executive order that allows him to, or law that allows him to walk into a company and say, no, you stop making what you manufacture right now, and you start manufacturing ventilators, and you just keep doing that. And the best company that did it, I guess, added a production line to make just ventilators at one of their factories, and then went around the United States and taught other companies how to do it. And I never checked to see whether or not our strategic ventilator reserve has ever been brought back up to where it should be, or more than it should be. We are the United States of America, my friends. We are the greatest country on the face of the earth. And I can even say maybe probably greater than Israel, which might have been, I don't know how many number of years you want to create it. That was God's gift to the earth, but so was the United States of America, because we were going to be the freest country, and it was our job to take care of everybody who wanted help and wanted to be free and live the way that we did, and didn't want to have a corrupt government, and wanted to be taken care of the way that we are supposed to. I'm trying to stretch this out because Randy Rhodes had thought that he would be here at 11:30, but it's 12 noon, or it's coming up on 12 noon, and he may have taken an invite and gone over to the Patriots Lab Uncensored. So go over to the Patriots Lab Uncensored group here on Facebook. If you're not a member, apply. I don't know if you'll get in time to watch the broadcast. If you are, or go over to the William Rayfield Facebook page. I think the profile picture right now is him and his beautiful wife. And I think you'll be able to maybe get a link that will bring you over to watch. You should watch William Rayfield, Ray, as I call him, whenever he is on a broadcast, either the Patriots Lab or the Patriots Lab Uncensored. You should watch them and learn and think. and make decisions for yourself. You should always watch Michael Anthony whenever he is on. You go to the Red, White, and Blue 10 o'clock talks profile picture, Michael Anthony, become his friend. You will get notifications every time he is on. You will see beautiful graphics that he does that promotes the broadcast that he is doing. And you should watch them and connect the dots. And again, decide for yourself what you think and what you want to do. And you should always Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, go to the American Rebellion blogger page on Facebook, the American Rebellion blogger page on Facebook, and watch the American Rebellion with everyone's friend Jerry Michaels, Nikki Young, Robert Lawless, the Minnesota Madman is there every once in a while, hoping that Stephen Tolliver will be able to be back one day. And Jen, the homeschooling mom, is there a lot. Randy Rhodes is there a lot. I'm trying to get back a lot, or I'm in the live chat. And watch it. Do not go to the American Rebellion group and watch it here on Facebook unless you don't want to be in a monitored group chat, because the live chat in the group is not monitored. So make sure you're watching the American Rebellion on the American Rebellion blogger page, because that group chat is monitored. I believe he is now on Rumble. There's a link posted on the American Rebellion blogger page that will take you over there to watch, and the Rumble live chat is monitored as well. So make sure you are there. Tomorrow is Thursday. You never know, a spontaneous combustible Boogie with the Bull broadcast could show up, but there is not one planned. Our next one, like I said, will be either 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. for an hour tonight, Wednesday. Friday morning, I hope Randy Rhodes and I will be back at 10 o'clock. And again, either 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. on Friday evening. And then 10 a.m. Saturday, and that wraps up our week. We start again on the following Monday. So like I have said, if you are a group admin of a conservative patriot group and you would like to come on and talk about your group, or a few of you would like to come on and talk about your groups and the things going on in your groups, you are always welcome to come and do that. Yeah, you're always welcome to come on and do that. That's all I think I have to say. I've tried to push this to 12 noon, but I'm hoping that Randy Rhodes went over to the Patriots Lab Uncensored and jumped on that broadcast, which is going to start at 12 noon. So go over there and catch that. It was a pleasure having Randy Griesenbeck and Bob McCarthy and William Rayfield on the broadcast today. We did invite Keith Tribble, who you see on the Keith HML YouTube channel. We caught him at the last minute, and he could not be with us. We did invite him to be with us tonight at 5 or 5:30 p.m. Eastern, and if he can't do that, then we hope he will be able to be with us on the Saturday 10 a.m. broadcast. And as soon as we can figure out a permanent studio that is separate from the bedroom, we might do something on Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 9, but don't worry about that right now. The studio situation has to be set up with a permanent fix before we are able to do that. So tune in, turn on, get involved, connect the dots, make the decisions for yourself. And if you ever have a reason to do a Boogie with the Bull broadcast where you want to confront anyone on the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk team or affiliated with the team, like I said, if I can get you and I can get that person on, then we will bring you on and you both can do it and hopefully get it done once and for all. My view, as I had started to say, is that when I was in radio, I would say to people, I want you to come on my 2 to 6 a.m. Monday morning college broadcast, or I want you to come on 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. The overnights that I did somewhere else. And, I don't care how you feel about me as a person or how you feel about me with my beliefs, whatever. But, I'd like you to come on and talk about whatever is happening with you right now. And then after the broadcast, when the red light goes off and the green light comes on, then, you can go back to feeling however you feel about me. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. And you know what? I'm 61 years old. I'm dealing with dementia. I don't know how many years I'll be able to keep doing these broadcasts or how often I'll be able to keep doing these broadcasts, but I'm going to do them as long as I can. And, there's a lot of information to get out on the days that we are on. For the last time, we will be on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern and go till no later than 12 noon. We will be on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, either 5 p.m. Eastern or 5:30 p.m. Eastern. And there may be interruptions because in my life, there are things on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings that may keep me from being able to do one. And in the event that happens, everybody else that was on or will be on as a broadcaster, and one of them can always grab it and do it on their platform, because we're one for all and all for one. We work together. Actually, even with StreamYard now, there's a way that if you're a StreamYard broadcaster and I invite you onto Boogie with the Bull, True Patriot Talk, or any Boogie with the Bull broadcast, I can set it so that we are live with you, the broadcast that we're doing on all of your networks. And that's just how it goes. So eventually, my friends, there could be a really big, strong, powerful, everybody works together network of broadcasters on social media, striving every day to get you the truth so that you can make your own decisions and decide what you want to do. Yes, I am, Randy. If you want, come on and we'll go for about a half an hour. Otherwise, William Rayfield was going to go live at 12 noon, and I didn't know if you had gotten a link and wanted to be on that. So if you want to pop on, the link is still in your live chat, and we can go for about a half hour. At 12:30, I got to end. So it's either, if you want, you can come on now for a quick 20 minutes, or join me tonight at 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. Once I tell you which time it's going to be. It is up. It is completely and totally up to you. You got about 20 minutes now if you want to come on and then come back later, or come back on the evening broadcast, and we will go from there. But you got about 30 seconds to make the decision either way. So do. No. This broadcast at 10 a.m. today was spur of the moment, because I went to bed with a headache last night, and I woke up this morning at about 8 o'clock and the headache was gone. I had decided that I would do a 10 a.m. broadcast, and then because Randy Rhodes wants to be on a 10 a.m. broadcast because he's not available at 7:30, I think, like I said, we're going to just plan on the 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Saturday. If a spontaneous Boogie with the Bull morning caffeine happens at 7:30 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then it might happen. It might not be broadcast everywhere. It might just go over on YouTube and Twitter, and be Boogie with the Bull uncensored. Well, it's censored on YouTube, as long as we don't violate their community standards or they think we are not violating their community standards, then we're okay over there. That's why we're trying to get Rumble. So I'll give Randy another minute or two to see if he can jump in and jump on, and we'll get his testimony today. Or like I said, the testimony will continue at either 5 or 5:30. I'll find out very quickly what time it will be. Hold on, I can't put that in and answer this at the same time. And so Randy, like I said, it's 12:04. You want to come on and go till about 12:30 to make a statement on this broadcast, that's fine. Otherwise, you will be the panel lead tonight on the 5 or 5:30 p.m. broadcast. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I apologize, Randy. I'm going to wrap up this broadcast, and I hope that you will be with me tonight at either 5 or 5:30 p.m. and then Friday morning at 10 a.m. That is what we're going to do. So if you're looking for genealogy services, Randy Rhodes is the best that I know of on Facebook. I don't know where else he is to tell you whether or not he's the best, but I believe he's the best. If you're looking for it, go to the Randy Rhodes profile and message him, or go to the All Roads, RHODES, All Roads Lead to Home Facebook group. I understand there are 2 of them, so make sure when you go in there that you're talking to Randy Rhodes, the genealogist extraordinaire on Facebook. He will generally give you 15 minutes of his time to go in and see what he can find, and then he will contact you and let you know whether or not you want him to continue. You do have to pay for it. His prices, I believe, are the best of anybody around doing it. I know he is certified by Ancestry to use their database, and he has access to a lot of other ones. Okay, so he's saying that link's not working. Okay, hold on. Now I just want to go ahead and do this again. So give me a minute, folks, and we'll send him a link, because now I want to make sure that his link is working and something didn't happen to it. So bear with me for a second, and we'll get Randy on, and we'll give him until 12:30. So. All right, Randy, that's a new link. Try that. If it works, come on for till about, like I said, till about 12:30, and share what is new and exciting. And then, like I said, we'll be back at either 5 or 5:30. 5 or 5:30. I have to be done by 12:30. I got things I got to do. I just got things around the house I have to get done today. So. Grab the link and come on. And Sherry, like I said, I will attempt to talk to there. Coming on is Randy Rhodes. Sherry will attempt to track down Randy Griesenbeck today. And that's, I'm going to call it Boogie with the Randys from now on, because one of them or both of them will be on, or maybe that'll be another Boogie with the Bull broadcast, Boogie with the Randys. I won't be the host. I'll just be the live producer. But Sherry, I will try to get a hold of Randy Griesenbeck today and see what we can do. He is nose deep in getting the April 15th benefit at Cove 51 in Cincinnati together and executing it. So I can't guarantee that there will be an opportunity for him to come on and or want to come on and deal with prior issues that people have with him until after April 15th. If that's what it is, then you'll just have to accept that. Like I said, everybody at one time or another plans something and it goes terribly wrong and it doesn't happen the way that it's supposed to happen. And maybe they do more than one that doesn't go the way they're supposed to happen. And, everybody walks away with a bad taste in their mouth. But to be honest with you, like I said, I am so tired of getting messages on the Boogie with the Bull page about people's issues with Randy Griesenbeck that from now on, I'm just going to tell Randy that he needs to deal with people. And if he's got them blocked, then that's on them. Anyway, I don't have Randy Rhodes blocked today. I decided to do the 10 o'clock broadcast, I tried to get Randy notified to come on, but he was not available. So we'll do about 15, 20 minutes now, and then we'll be back tonight at either 5 or 5:30 p.m. Good morning, Professor. What's up?
How you doing? Yeah, I was with my wife. She had a medical appointment to go to, so I was with her. Just got home. Well, first off, I'm so glad that everybody was wrong about my president, Donald J. Trump, being arrested on Tuesday. It appears that the New York DA has to rethink his procedure because the witness he had is kind of like blown up in his face as far as being reliable. So they magically found a second witness who they were going to ask questions of today in the grand jury.
Isn't the second witness Michael Cohen's attorney? They couldn't get Michael. I mean, Michael Cohen proved to be unreliable. So they couldn't get Michael to come on. So they're going after Michael Cohen's attorney now, right?
Correct.
Who is probably unreliable and legally probably can't even, well, I don't know in court, but aren't lawyer-client relationships confidential anyway, unless it's in a criminal matter that is the client lawyer's case, right?
Yes, as I understand it, for example, any lawyers any of Trump's lawyers talking to Trump, whatever they talk about are disclosed as between them. If the opposing attorney has evidence, he has to share it with Trump's lawyers as a exploratory evidence, and that's what they didn't do. So that's why, and then of course, they're trying the charges they're trying to use against Trump have expired over the time constraints. So they're trying to change the crime he created to restart that clock so they can go after him for that trumped up
another 5 years.
Right. So they go after that charge. And that's what happened. And that's what got the attention of the Congress Republicans, is that by doing that, they made it a federal offense, which means that this DA in New York cannot oversee a federal case. But it's also that they found out that this same lawyer is compromised because he is pro-Democrat, pro-liberal, anti-Trump. And you're not supposed to be that way. You're supposed to, walk the middle line and not have blinders on. I think, plus the Democrats.
Is Cohen out of jail yet, or is he using this to try to get out of jail?
I think he's trying to use this to get out of jail because of Trump. So he's still in jail. But even the Democrats in the White House are screaming at this DA because by the whole thing they're trying to do is put handcuffs on Trump and get those pictures. Even if they fail in court and he gets away with it, they got those pictures of him being arrested and perp walk into the federal building. And that's what the Democrats in the White House don't want, because by doing that is going to solidify every supporter who likes Trump, as well as any Democrat who has been on the fence as far as which way they want to go. Even Elon Musk has said that if that happens, it's going to guarantee a huge grand landslide for President Trump to be president.
It will. Well, President Beijing Biden has already established a landslide that will reelect Trump.
You know, the thing I don't understand is all the evidence coming out against the Biden family with getting all these millions of dollars from the Chinese. I don't see any New York DA looking into his money situation and where he's getting all these extra millions of dollars into his bank accounts. You got Biden, Joe, you got his son, and you got his brother, his wife, his granddaughter, and there's another person that's connected to the Bidens, but they haven't released that person's name yet. So it's like Hillary. The whole damn family is crooked, but yet there's no one going out against them. That makes no sense to me.
Well, because if he's smart, Biden set up the criminal enterprise operations or criminal enterprise corporation CEO, and with James and Hunter probably running the company, and perhaps all of that money is in trust for other members of the Biden family, or maybe they're just not going to get any. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I would have to figure that if Hunter Biden was selling artwork for $600,000 a pop, he certainly doesn't need any money from his father, having been vice president for 8 years and being president and being a senator and all this, that, and the other stuff. I don't know what James' financial situation is. I don't know what will happen to Joe Biden when Joe is no longer president. I don't know what will happen to Kamala Harris when Joe is no longer president. It's still early to see what Kevin McCarthy and the Republican House, who they will want brought in for hearings, and who Jim Jordan will get a chance to try to end up with charges filed on. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I do know that in the back of my mind, my fear was that if Donald Trump was arrested yesterday, it would have made every news source that it could be on. Everybody would have posted it on Facebook all day long yesterday. I was nose deep in a technical issue with all of my groups that I had to go through each group one by one, trying to figure it out. So I wasn't paying attention to anything other than doing that. And I do know, and you should probably appreciate this if you don't know already, but I understand that Newsmax is back on DirecTV.
Oh, no, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. William Ray from Patriot Lab Uncensored brought it up, mentioned it today on the broadcast. And if you go back to 11:17 a.m. on today's broadcast, if you scroll through the comments, I put it on the screen only because Ray said it, and Ray is the actual factual on everything, so I wouldn't have posted it if he hadn't have said it. But yeah, so if you're missing DirecTV because they were off of, missing Newsmax because they were off of DirecTV, they're back. And usually it's been my experience in all my years of trying to understand how broadcasting works and this and that and the other thing, that when it comes to cable and or subscription TV, when they start flashing the advertisements letting you know that on this day they're going to remove this organization from their cable system, or satellite system. It's generally a game only to see really how many people will get upset if they actually do, because usually they're talking about pennies more or pennies less. Actually, it's a lot more than it's millions of dollars more that they may have to pay in order to be on that network or get paid by that network for being on it. And usually it always works out.
Yeah. I'm reading through about Newsmax going back on Direct TV, right?
Yep.
And it's kind of Newsmax is walking the line here. The CEOs, because every host on a Newsmax broadcast would say, if they brought on a guest, so what do you think about Direct TV dropping Newsmax? Blah blah blah, right? And for you folks at home, we recommend that you call and cancel your subscription to blah. So here's the CEO after they came to an agreement. It doesn't say what the agreement was. As far
they won't say it.
It says this is the Newsmax CEO. Newsmax recognizes and appreciates that DirecTV clearly supports diverse voices, including conservative ones. What the hell? For the past 2 months, they were saying how DirecTV doesn't support conservative voices, and now this guy has come out and say, "Yeah, we appreciate that DirecTV clearly supports conservative." Bullshit! You're just saying that to be nice because you're back on DirecTV.
There's a lot of competition in that conservative Patriot news organizations these days. I mean, you got Mike Lindell with Lindell TV and Frank Speech doing what he does best, and you've got who else is out? Yeah, Right Side Broadcasting, which travels with Trump and does his rallies and other broadcasts that they do. I think OA1 One American News is back with somebody. Now you got Newsmax is back. So, I mean, and what I still don't understand, and what I really would like to ask this Newsmax CEO is all of the money that you're either paying to have Newsmax on DirecTV, why don't you just call Elon Musk and offer to pay it to be on Starlink?
I thought I don't know that much about Starlink, but I only thought Starlink was available to those nations where their governments.
No. Well, I mean, to be, from what I understand, there are now something like there's the original Starlink satellite, and then I believe it's surrounded by now 55 or 60 other Starlink satellites that feed programming into that main Starlink satellite, which again beams it down to Earth. The last time I heard, like you said, he was giving free internet access to 34 countries around the world. I don't know why it's not free here in the United States, but that's something that maybe when he's on a broadcast, he can understand, or I mean, he can explain, because he's the one who I believe is traveling the globe or talking around the globe through Twitter saying electricity should be free, this should be free, that should be free. And, so if getting the word out on all this stuff is important to him, then, maybe Starlink should be free in the United States. But then again, he's a businessman too, and you can't pay the bills to operate the Starlink satellite network and continue to give it away for free if you're giving it to everywhere for free. But if you're the wealthiest man in the world, and then maybe you can figure out a way to do it. But,
so Newsmax was asking for $1 per subscriber of DirecTV. That's a crap load of money.
Well, they should. I think at the least, I think that's what you should get. Because obviously they had interest in having Newsmax on there, or else they would never have invited them. And I don't know what they were getting, but it was probably less than $1. But I personally think that, yeah, you should get $1.
I used to, okay, so DirecTV has 13.1 million subscribers as of this.
So that's $13.1 million a year, which is what they should get.
Yeah. Yeah, I used
But then
to,
it becomes a question of every network that you're on, if they're all paying you $13.1 million to be there, then, or they all agree to pay you $13.1 billion to be there, then no one has the exclusive. Personally, that's what bothers me, is when, if DirecTV has the exclusive to Newsmax and nobody else has it,
Yeah, the sad thing is that I used to sell DirecTV. I used to sell it to both residential and commercial. And if you saw how little commercial account pays, because they can choose what channels they want. They don't have to take this huge freaking package with 500 channels that they don't want. They can choose, a dozen, 20, 30, 40, whatever it is. And then they pay, pennies on the dollar, for these different channels that we're paying.
But I believe also the channel itself gets so many minutes per hour to sell at their rate to their advertisers.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying is, if I was a business, I could spend $35-40 and get just the channels I want to watch.
Right.
But as a residential person, I got to pay, 100, 150, whatever, for 400 channels I don't want, and I only watch 5 or 6.
Well, I've always said that you should be able to subscribe to only the channels you want, and not the channels that you don't want, except for the quote unquote public access channels, which they have to give you so that the public has a chance to do programming, and the city has a channel or two to do city programming, which is also your quote unquote EBS or PBS in the state of an emergency broadcast channels. But I agree with you. If you have a 700 channel cable system and you only watch 100, then you should only pay for the 100 that you watch.
But the give back I get from my DirecTV bosses is that if people were allowed to choose only the channels you want to watch, that means all these other broadcasters will probably lose a shitload of money and eventually wind up going out of business. Well, you know what? If that's the case, then obviously whatever you're broadcasting, nobody cares about. But the other thing too is like with Comcast. Comcast is a monopoly, and I always thought that there were laws against monopolies. In my area, I can't get anything else to choose from to watch TV or my internet or telephone service. It is only Comcast. And not only that is that Comcast owns close to 100, if not more, different networks. So they can, like ABC, NBC, CBS, those kind of things. So they essentially have control over what we, the people, watch. Okay. And that's a bad thing when you have one company who is owned by a family who obviously does not like conservative Republicans. He's now in charge of what we can watch and how we watch it. That's a way of mind control that shouldn't be allowed. But they get away with it.
Yep. Well, there are social media networks that are still open to conservative patriots. There are some that are conservative patriot out there, and people have to go and find them. And I understand that even looking at 15 years of Facebook mind conditioning, you only want to be on Facebook. But
well, and the reason for that, if I had a choice, I wouldn't stay on Facebook. Okay.
Oh, I'm not going to leave Facebook, but I'm other places too.
But Facebook has I do genealogies, and Facebook has these groups that are just play right into what I need. The Kentucky groups, the Southern groups, Confederate groups, Irish, Scottish, whatever I have, they have groups where I can garner information from. Places like Twitter and the other ones, they don't have the groups or the locations to go to where it benefits me for my particular business. So I'm kind of like stuck on Facebook. I got slapped with a 30-day in jail for having a Confederate flag behind me. So, and my friend, my one client, Mindy Esposito, she's born Southern. She has, tons of Southern ancestors. She's pro-South. She bleeds Southern blood. And all her stuff has images of the Confederate flag or some semblance of it. And Facebook finally nailed her. They terminated her membership. So
I don't know. To me, that's something that needs to leave Facebook and go into a court that can rule on something like that. Because if Facebook doesn't like what's behind me on my broadcast, then they don't have to let me do my broadcast. But I don't think they have a right to say they don't like what's behind me on my broadcast. It's just that actually they don't, because everybody keeps forgetting that Facebook under Section 230 is a public forum. That means that there's no right opinion, there's no wrong opinion, there's just opinions, and people have conversations, and that's it. What happened was somewhere along the line, Congress, I guess, gave Facebook the protection that a publisher gets, that if they allow something to be published on their website, that they can't be sued, like a newspaper has. They can't be sued, and or they have to run retractions and that kind of stuff. And modern day lawyers keep telling Facebook that they never needed it. Oh, the cat's watching. Hello, Kitty.
She's always at my desk when I'm here.
Yep.
She never leaves my side.
Yeah, mine's on the bed.
But anyways, we're at your 12:30 mark here, so I'll be back on. You said 5 or 5:30.
I'll be 5 or 5:30. As soon as I find out, I will let you know. And then there were some other people that were on the other night, were in the live chat when we were on, that have invites. And Ray was on. Randy Griesenbeck was on. I don't know if Randy Griesenbeck will be on. Bob McCarthy was on. I think he'll be working, so he won't be able to be back. But a whole slew of others have been invited until we run out of cameras and we have to rotate people, or we just run out of cameras, and that's
that previous invite you sent me, when I click on it for StreamYard, it takes me to StreamYard wants to see your comments in the live chat section. Check here for approval. It's like, no, why don't you see?
Okay, I don't know. I might have typed it in. No, yours got sent. Two people got it. I had to type it in because I had to send it to them by text. But they've actually made a new change that if I have a guest on who live streams on StreamYard, I can be live on their destination.
Yes. Yep, that's new.
Which I think is cool, because that will allow us to make a big network of conservative patriot broadcasters where everybody can live stream on everybody else's. And Rumble is coming. I just have to sign the bill and pay it. The channel is already there. I just haven't
activated. I know I haven't been live on my own group page, and because I have the streaming issue, and I've done everything possible with Comcast. I even increased my speed to 1 gigabytes on a 7-day trial, thank God, to see if that would take care of my streaming issues, and it did not.
Okay.
So Comcast believes that because up until November of last year, I had no problems. December 1st is when my problems started. So they think now that my Microsoft 10 did an update on software, and whatever it did, it's prevented me from having the stream.
There's your problem right there. Try this. Do you have Chrome installed on your broadcast computer?
Yeah.
Try to go into Chrome. It didn't help.
I've used Chrome. I've used
StreamYard was written in Chrome. That's why I ask.
And none of it works. If I'm by myself, I'm okay. But if I bring in Jen or somebody else, then it starts to spool and the audio gets all screwed up, and I can't share my second monitor.
You heard it live, folks. That's why Dave Globin is not invited to do Randy Rhodes broadcasts.
Yeah. So I got a new computer coming Friday.
Good.
I took it this way. I'm going to wind up biting the big one at the end of the 18 months because I'm doing a rent to own. But I figured if
no.
But listen. So if I went out and I bought and paid $800 for the computer that they say I need, I just spent $800, and if it doesn't work, I'm kind of like out $800. They're like, I could take it back in 30 days. But I'm really
that $800 computer costs you $1,800.
Right, I know. But
because they want to make money off of you.
Yeah, right. But I don't have $800 to in my bank to go out and drop it on a computer. So I got $50 a month that I can drop on a computer. So and this way too, if I get this new computer on Friday and I still have my issues, well, I can always send the computer back and I'm back to where I was not doing broadcasts.
That's true.
But that's how I get. That's how I get my clients for my genealogy.
You got to have the computers that you need in order to be able to do that.
Right. Just so you know, Dave, one of your viewers, let me get his name here. Donald Wisman.
I know Donald Wisman. Yep.
He saw me on your broadcast and he reached out to me yesterday.
He hires you. If he hires you, do I get the commission this time?
Correct. So he has some outside work he has to get taken care of, but he's very much interested in what I did the 15 minutes, 5 generations, found out all kinds of stuff about his family. He's all excited. So eventually he'll come on and he's going to mention me on his broadcast. So hopefully that brings some more customers.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know when that broadcast is, because when that broadcast is live, because I will make sure I get it. I grab it and share it.
He goes every other Sunday. So
every other Sunday at 6. Yeah, usually at 7 p.m. Sometimes it drops back to 6 p.m., but usually every other Sunday at 7 p.m. He also has a group called Trump 2024. There are 2 of them. He's the public group that has like 10,000 members in it.
Yeah. So I was watching his program, his old programs, and he's from Kentucky, and so are most of his ancestors.
No, well, he's up in Ohio now.
Okay, well, he's from Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah,
but it makes him a good old boy.
Yeah,
and I had I love hearing the people call and talk to him. They all have that Southern accents, like, well, yeah, they're from the South.
Well, maybe him and Jerry Michaels are both related to the Dukes over there in Hazard County.
Yeah. Well, you know, you saw that Beth McCord and I related. Holy smokes, that blew my mind.
You and Beth McCord.
Yeah, on the roadside. Yep, we are related. I
wish I could control myself and get along with Beth McCord because she really is a smart person. She's an admin of admins and just a nice, smart lady. But for some reason, it just, but no, maybe, but I'll make sure that if you're doing Beth's genealogy on a broadcast, I'll make sure I take that and share that everywhere.
Well, I can tell you this, it blew my mind. Now, I love doing genealogy. I love history, okay? But I love more when I find the really neat stuff. Like Beth McCord, besides being related to me, she has royalty out the yin-yang on her side. It's like, I hit this one person, and it's beautiful color painted on this royal. And I could spend an entire week adding all the royalty onto her genealogy. It's phenomenal. It's the same with Timothy Mal that I found for him.
I'm glad that you haven't found. I'm glad that you haven't found my link to the Windsors yet, because I just don't think Charles is ready to talk about it.
Well, you gotta give me your information. I can get it started up again. And
I'm going to send it to you.
Hey, you might be related to Moses, for God's sake, you know?
Well, I'm related to God, so it's very possible that I'm related to Moses.
Anyways, your time is up for me.
All right, Randy. Yep. Tonight I'll let you know. I'm going to find out in the next hour or so, and I will let you know. But it's either going to be at 5 or it's going to be at 5:30. Anyway, the links will go out shortly thereafter.
Just keep in mind today's Wednesday, so Jerry will be on.
It is Wednesday. This was why it was either going to be 5 to 6 or it was going to be 5 to 6:30, so you had time. My problem, honestly, is that by the time I get done with the broadcast and I go over and grab it on YouTube and share it around to a few places, I'm just not. I'm just not ready with this. I'm just not ready to.
I understand.
I like to be in the live chat, but the only problem is the last time I was on, I was making comments in the live chat, and Jerry was flashing them so often. I said to myself, I really just got to go on.
Yeah. I got no issues with you coming on.
No, I know.
It makes the show more interesting.
Well, I do have to schedule Boogie with the blowouts with him every once in a while because no one rips me a new one on a broadcast better than Jerry Michaels.
Yeah. Take care.
All right, Randy. Always a pleasure. We'll see you tonight. All right, Randy Rose, the genealogist. All roads lead to home. Facebook page. All roads lead to home. Facebook page. And go there and look. Actually, it's a Facebook group. Our Roads Lead to Home is a Facebook group. But go to the Randy Rhodes profile here on Facebook, and you'll see it promoted there. And like you said, 15 minutes will tell you a lot of stuff that you may not know. And if you decide to have him dig deeper, like I said, his rates are very affordable, and it's interesting stuff to learn. It really is. He did a bunch of mine, and then I'm not sure what happened. I may have had it. He may have sent it to me, and I'm going through so many computers right now that it might have got lost on that computer. But I'm trying to get it going again, and maybe he will find that I'm related. Maybe he'll find out that I'm really the King of England or the Tsar of Russia, or I don't know. I am an Israeli citizen, so maybe I have blood over there because all of us are automatic citizens. But stuff you want to know because it's interesting. That's all I can say. Hey, I got to wrap up this Boogie with the Bull. It is, let me see what time here. It is 12:43, and I got stuff that I do have to take care of. I want to thank everybody who watched. Danny Cantwell was watching. Randy Rhodes was watching. Everybody who was on the broadcast was watching. We had William Rayfield from the Patriots Lab Uncensored and the Patriots Lab. We also had my buddy Randy Griesenbeck, the Patriot Cowboy, who does broadcasts with me all the time, plus on his own. We had Bob McCarthy with us, who you'll start seeing all over the place too, and hopefully on our broadcast when he has time to be with us. And anybody else, if you see the broadcasts and you want to be on them, all you can do is message me. Like I said, we got 8 cameras I can work with. It's me and 7 other people. And if it's that much of a broadcast that we've got to get more people on it than just the 6 or 7 that can be guests, then we may have to rotate some people. But let's get to that point before we have to worry about doing that stuff. Take the broadcast on Facebook from my profile or the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group and share it all over Facebook. You can take it and share it off of Facebook if you want. You get the Facebook link on it when you do that, wherever you post it. And sometimes someone has to log on to Facebook, but lately it looks like they just bring you into Facebook Watch. They can watch the broadcast, gives them an option to join Facebook if they have not done that. And it gives them an option to log into Facebook if they want as well. But we're going to start posting it to places from the YouTube channel as long as the YouTube channel remains with us. And if it doesn't, then we'll have an excuse to finish doing what we have to do with Rumble. Like I said, the channel is there. It's just not activated yet. And we'll be over there. And next in my sights might be doing something with Twitter, because Periscope is now part of Twitter again. And I have uses for Twitter. We will start posting the broadcasts on Truth Social. And I'm not sure if being a Rumble member gets us access to the broadcast being posted on Truth Social. I will reach into that. We'll start doing more there. Our groups on Facebook are changing. They are American Regulators right now, Conservative Freedom Defenders, the Boogie with the Bull group, both of them, the 445-member group and the Boogie with the Bull 1,045-member group. It appears that both of them were closed in my going through the Hardcore Conservatives group and Red Patriots for America and removing any link to any that was open to any one of those 2 groups. So we're digging a little further now and trying to see if we can find either one of the Boogie with the Bull groups, either the 445-member group or the 1,045-member group. If we can save either one of them, then they will be there. If not, again, American Regulators, Conservative Freedom Defenders, Boogie with the Bull, True Patriot Talk is a public group, and the Hardcore Conservatives group is still with us as we clean through it, got it pretty well cleaned out. And Red Patriots for America is still with us. We may be working with Trump 2024, Donald Wisman's 10,000 plus member group in some capacity, at least posting in it and sharing in it. If you have a group, a conservative patriot group on Facebook that you want shared, put it into the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk public group and share posts from the group whenever you can. And hopefully people will join it. And everybody will keep the conservative point of view on Facebook for a long period of time. So long that maybe they'll have to just accept that we're here and stop all the censoring and be the way they are. But I don't know if that will ever happen on Facebook. That's why we're on Twitter. We're on so many other places. I'm on like 1,500 places that every once in a while I just have to pull my list out of networks that I'm on and make sure I'm on one. We are over on American Patriot Social Network, APSN, but if you type in AmericanPatriotSocial.com with no spaces, AmericanPatriotSocial.com, that will bring you to American Patriot Social Network. And over there we have the Hardcore Conservatives group, which we will be posting to as often as we can from every place that we are. The Hardcore Conservatives group is there. The Hardcore Conservatives group is here on Facebook. It's also over on MeWe, and it will be one of our MeWe groups that continues. We're doing a lot of work cleaning up the MeWe groups and trying to get them going. Do not be afraid that if you find one of our groups on MeWe and you go in there and there are no members, because I went through and I started removing anybody that hasn't been on MeWe in a year or more. And just some groups ended up with no members. So we will do our best to jumpstart our MeWe groups. Over on Gab, we have Boogie with the Bull group. It will become Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group, and we will start sharing over there as well. If you're on Gab and you're a conservative patriot and you want to be a moderator of that group, or maybe an admin, I don't really know, and you want to help us out with that group over on Gab, that would be very well appreciated. If you would like Boogie with the Bull broadcasts on your social media network, let us know. If you would like it in your group on Facebook, let us know. We need 50,000 viewers, 50,000 Boogie with the Bull broadcast viewers to watch 3.6 hours of Boogie with the Bull broadcast. That's 180,000 hours, and 50,000 viewers having watched 180,000 hours of Boogie with the Bull broadcast gets us into the creator program, where they compensate us with some pennies of the advertising revenue. And that will help, because as I have said in the past, with YouTube, if we're getting ad revenue, and Facebook, we're getting ad revenue in, then that helps the No Budget Broadcasting Company keep doing what we're doing and trying to expand doing what we are doing. Because as I said earlier, I really don't want to make you have to listen to advertising throughout the Boogie with the Bull broadcast. I really don't want to make you have to put up merchandise all the time to try to get you to sell. Yes, there will be a Boogie with the Bull t-shirt this year. The Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk logo has Boogie with the Bull with Dave Globin, True Patriot Talk underneath it. I've asked the graphic designers to cut out the Dave Globin and just make it Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk. Once they do that, we're negotiating with people that make iron-on transfers to get the highest quantity for the lowest price, and then we are able to, on our end, make the shirts ourselves and ship them out to you. That money mainly will go to, of course, making more shirts and selling shirts, and a little bit will go to help with the operation of the broadcast. I own all the computers, some of which do need to be updated. The iPad is now permanently in the closet, and one Android tablet needs to be updated because it is Android 10 that upgraded to Android 11, and the Android 10, the 8-inch on my desk, which is the monitor of my profile live chat on Facebook, that one's just okay. But hopefully I want to put a shelf above my desk that has all the Facebook live chats monitored separately and make it easier to read them, or get everybody so that they're posting on the watching on the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk public group, and have gone to StreamYard.com/Facebook and given Facebook permission to use your name and or your profile picture so I can see who you are. Sherry Reeves she's on Facebook, so she must be watching somewhere where she did it. And the only place I think it works 100% is the Boogie with the Bull page and the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group. You want to watch in the True Patriot Talk group because that's a public group and you can share the broadcast from there. If you go to my profile and you watch from my profile, you come up on a monitor that I have for that chat. But if you watch in the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group, you can share the broadcast while you're watching, and I get to see who you are. You see who you are so that I see who you are, and I can do wonderful things like plug your name, plug you on a comment, that has your name on it, and make you part of the program, which is really what I hope I can do on every broadcast. Like I said, next one will be 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. tonight. I'll find out in the next hour or so, and I will post it publicly as well as alert everybody that wants to be on the broadcast tonight, I hope. And we'll go from there. Angie, may you put in a link. What is it, Angie May? Tell me what it is. Because it may open when no, it's actually a link, but tell me what it is, and I will plug it or just type in a comment that says what it is. You are more than welcome, anybody, to come on while Boogie with the Bull broadcast is on and go into the live chats on Facebook and type in a link to a broadcast. Just make sure below the link, because the links don't always open, type in below what it is and what time it's on, and I will make sure that if I'm around, it gets posted in the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk public group. And if you want to become a member of the group, you're more than welcome to do so. And if you want to post your broadcasts in the group, you are more than welcome to do so. I will share everything from the public group into my private groups that we still have if you want. But I'm trying to take the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk public group and make that the focal point for all Boogie with the Bull broadcasts on Facebook. Anyway, also go to the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel and just click on the most recent broadcast or any broadcast that you see and subscribe to the group. Because once we hit 1,000 subscribers who have watched at least 4,000 hours of Boogie with the Bull broadcast, we get into their ad revenue program and we get pennies from them. And again, like I said, it only costs us pennies to do what we do. And every once in a while, we do need help. And if we're getting help from being a content creator on different networks, then again, I don't have to ask you to donate. I don't have to ask you to buy stars. I don't have to make you think that the only way I'll read your comment is if you buy stars. Your comments are important, and that's why if you're watching the broadcast and you have comments, I want to see your comments, whether they're on my profile, whether or not they're in the Boogie with the Bull page, whether or not they're in the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk public group. Or if you're watching on the YouTube channel, I want to see your comments. We are live on Twitter if you follow at BoogieWTBull, but I do not believe that you can comment from there. You can just watch it. We're going to do something with Twitter so that you'll be able to watch and make comments, and that's coming up after April 15th. I promise that by April 15th, Rumble will be set up and going very quickly. The channel was already set up. It's just not activated. But Twitter may not happen until sometime in April. And we'll go from there. Anyway, it's been my pleasure broadcasting to you, sharing the right to abuse your time. I hope we were not too abusive. I hope you'll come back the next time. Remember, if you watched something on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast that you didn't agree with, you have a right to be on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast and confront that person or persons that you didn't agree with and have a equal conversation and clear up any confusion that you or the members of the Boogie with the Bull panel created on you. Anyway, I do have to go. 1 o'clock is actually pushing it for things that I got to do around the house and get ready for the 5 or 5:30 broadcast, which I will be posting shortly to let you know what time it is going to be. So thank you, Danny Campbell, who's watched more Boogie with the Bull broadcasts than anyone in the history of Boogie with the Bull. Thanks, Randy Rhodes, for being able to make today's 10 o'clock broadcast. Bob McCarthy, you were always welcome on a broadcast. Justin Hart, you are welcome if you can be on one of the broadcasts with us, either 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or 5 or 5:30 p.m. Eastern on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or 10 a.m. on Saturday, which is a 2-hour boogie. You're welcome to be on that. Randy Griesenbeck knows he's available anytime. And scrolling back, I think that's it. I kept trying to put comments in the profile on my in the chat on my profile. There may come a time also where I may stop posting it live to my profile and just send it to the group, the public group, the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk public group. That way, if you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and you give Facebook permission for me to see your, actually, I don't even know if you have to do it, but go do it and give them permission anyway, because you may not have to do it because I'm the group owner of the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk public group, and I gave permission for the group to be linked to StreamYard. So you may not have to do it. But there may come a time where I stop sending it to my profile and send it to the group and the page, and then put it on my page after the broadcast. I'm just trying to get it so that everything comes up on the live producer screen rather than having to have more than one screen set up around it. Just makes it a whole lot easier. But that is the link that Angie Mayu put into the group, and that is a broadcast. So go to Angie Mayu's Facebook profile and you'll see what broadcast that is. But in the future, I don't care if you put a link in to a broadcast that you're doing on Facebook or any other social media network or place that you post it, as long as, because like you see the link just below that, put what it is, the name of the broadcast, and the day and time that it's on, so people know to go and watch it. I don't have a problem. And if you want, if there's an opportunity to be on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast to talk about it before it happens, join us on the 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Join us at the 5 or 5:30 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Join us at the 10 a.m. on Saturday. Become a regular on the panels. I don't care. Like I said, we can only be 8 of us, me and 7 others. So if there is a camera available ahead of time, you will get one. And then again, if there are more people that want to be on a broadcast than there are able to be on broadcast, well, then we may have to segment and boot a few off and then bring in more than one. I hope that we will start networking amongst ourselves, the broadcasters that do their own broadcasts or guests on Boogie with the Bull. I hope that we will just coordinate being on everybody else's broadcasts as often as we can, because that's just the way I want to do it. And when we add networks to Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk, I hope that we'll be able to give any broadcaster that works with us access to those networks, as well as hope maybe you'll join us on those networks. I do want to invite anybody that does a Conservative Patriot broadcast to go over to AmericanPatriotSocial.com. That's one word, AmericanPatriotSocial.com, and join American Patriot Social Network. Very conservative, a good Christian God network, if that is important to you, but a good, strong, conservative patriot network. They've been around for about 17 years. They have groups. They have a news feed. They have another area where they post broadcasts from other people. And maybe one day they will have the ability to allow us to live stream to them. But what you can do right now also is you can take your broadcast at the end. Now it's a podcast. Go to YouTube go to YouTube if you have YouTube, and take the link and put it on a post on American Patriot Social. Join StreetLock, StreetLoc.com, StreetLock.com. Join StreetLock and post it on your profile. There's a Boogie with the Bull group, and there's also God Bless Trump in the USA group. Go in and post it in both of them. The God Bless Trump, the USA group, its name may change. It'll still be a Trump supporting group, as it always has been, but the name may change down the road. Trump will still be in the name, but we'll be posting podcasts on my Boogie with the Bull profile and sharing it all over StreetLock. We'll be sharing it in the Hardcore Conservatives group on American Patriot Social over on MeWe. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'll be posting it on MeWe every day. We'll try to get it over to the Boogie with the Bull group on Gab and so many others. Like I said earlier, I'm in like 1,500 social media networks already that, I just every once in a while I have to pull out the list of where I'm at to see where I should be posting. So, and if you want to become part of the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot broadcast family as a live producer or as a host on our broadcast, that's always open and will be appreciated too. I did say that when it was given to me, I would pay it forward by making sure we helped everybody else. Anyway, it is now 1:06, so we have done we have done 11, 12, 1. We've done 3 hours. So watch the podcast, fast forward through the parts that aren't of interest to you and catch the important parts. And like I said, 5:30 p.m. tonight, you'll know very quickly. I will post it in the Facebook news feed, send it around to all the groups I can. And everybody is welcome to join us. And those of you that know that you're going to be invited, you will get a link once I know which time it's going to be. Anyway, I'm Dave Wilman. You're not. Thank you for the privilege of letting me abuse your time. I got to go out and make sure that I wasn't too loud outside of the room because business people are doing business outside there. So I have to make sure I wasn't too loud. I hope it wasn't too loud on the broadcast for you. Anyway, watch me, us, everywhere. And if the only thing you do today is join the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group, the public group, make sure you post into that group from everywhere else you post on Facebook. If you do your own broadcast, make sure you post it in there, and we'll accomplish our goal, which is get everybody to understand what is going on, what needs to stop going on, what needs to start going on, and we'll get it all going on. And before you know it, we'll be feeling good about America. Anyway, I'm Dave Wilman. You're not. Thank you for the privilege of letting me abuse your time one last time. Double B's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to an end. Boogie with the Bull is a presentation of the No Budget Broadcast Company. We own the name. We own the logos. We own the set. We own everything. I want to thank our buddies at StreamYard for putting up with us. And I want to thank Facebook for putting up with my profile, the Boogie with the Bull page, where you can watch and comment, but you cannot share from. The Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk public group, where you can watch, comment, and share from. The Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, where you can watch, comment, and share from. And if you follow at Boogie WT Bull on Twitter. You can retweet it all over Twitter, and you can take it and share it anywhere else you want as well. But there is no live chat currently on Boogie with the Bull broadcast on Twitter. So one last time, I'm Dave Logan. You're not. Double B's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to